books. Can't escape from the team called the morning steam. It's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
Steam play.
All right, and a pleasant good morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show for Thursday, January 2nd. We got a special day today, certainly, as we move on from yesterday's events. We did get our football games in, the couple that we were expecting. We'll get one more today, obviously, after the terrible incident in New Orleans, but I guess we're going to have to be okay with it. We're going to have a day game today, basically, or late afternoon game to see who our final team is in the Final Four playoffs. So look, we're going to move forward and hope everything's great down there in the French Quarter. Look, it was probably the right decision, right? Remember, the hotel was on lockdown, everything. Everybody's kind of, anytime you get these incidents, even if it is already over, you don't know what's going on. So it just disrupted the whole situation down there in New Orleans. So we have to get going back at it today with our special start time today. Remember, at 4 Eastern and 1 Pacific today for Notre Dame and Georgia at the Sugar Bowl. So we'll move on from that. Sorry for all those. A former football player from Princeton was one of those who lost their lives there, was on vacation, and others as well. So it's all right. We had 2 good games yesterday. Well, one good game, the other one not so much, but a great performance, certainly, at the Rose Bowl with Ohio State, that 41-21 win over Oregon. They led 34-0, looked absolutely terrific. Will Howard with those 2 long TD passes in the first quarter. Smith, 187 yards. Going to be tough to stop him, man. Buckeyes had scoring plays big time there. Gabriel, 300 yards and 2 touchdowns, but the Buckeyes practically doubled up the Ducks in yardage. And the Ducks did lose, Tez Johnson and the running back James with injuries, so they were pretty much going to be up against it in that one as the Bucks advance. And also at the Peach Bowl, Texas, in that thrilling game over Arizona State. The Sun Devils come back, but took double overtime there for a 39-31 victory for the Longhorns. They jumped out to a 16-point lead there in the fourth quarter, 24-8. But the Sun Devils stormed back, but it was Ewers, 320 yards, 3 touchdowns, Golden, 7 receptions, 150 yards. Good performance by Levitt for 200 yards, but the MVP of the game, no doubt. Now, I know there's some, they kind of got to vote for the MVP. I don't know how come we can't wait till the end of the game. And maybe Scatterboo was the MVP, actually, between all the players there, right, with his incredible performance. 265 all-purpose yards, and he threw a 42-yard touchdown pass and celebrated with his dad, but everyone came away talking about Cam. It seemed like after the game, ASU had outgained Texas most of the game, and Longhorns survived the missed field goals and the penalties as well to advance, and we already have seen so far the point spread on that game with Ohio State, a 6-point favorite over Texas in one semifinal. The total there, 54. So far, it's been Ohio State and over as far as the money coming in that one. And hey, look, you saw the comments from Coach Dillingham. By the way, he's got a 5-year extension coming his way in Arizona State. So he did try to dial back his comments there. It felt like a little bit with being critical of the launching penalty, right, or the non-call, if you will, in that game. And I see a lot of the talk there in the chat. I think I know what is targeting and what isn't, right? The object of football, the object of the defense, or the way the game is supposed to be, it's a game of blocking and tackling, right? It's not a game of launching with your weapon on your helmet. So when a player goes in with yes, you're going to be forcing your body into him like that, but when you're wrapping up and it just happens that your face mask is the first thing, that is not targeting. It's those players that you see where they launch themselves with their shoulders, with their flying in the air, pushing off their feet to gain the momentum to stop a guy. That is the targeting, right? When you're aiming for the helmet. If you just go in and you're tackling, you look at that man and he has his arms, he's ready to tackle the guy. Sometimes the head is going to be the first thing to make contact. In the NFL, Cam Scatterboo might have gotten three fines for his offensive running there. We've seen players be penalized or fined on offense. Sometimes it's come well after the fact and after the game is canceled. Sometimes you miss that news. But we've seen offensive players be fined in the NFL for lowering their head. Scatterboo, he kind of does that. But, in college, it's a little bit different. But I know everyone's up in arms in that, but I think I have it right as far as the way that penalty happens. But anyways, that's enough about me. Let's get on to some of the action here today. Say hello to you folks in the chat yesterday. I can't get these football games right too much, so hopefully we get this one today. And thank goodness I have college basketball to save my butt every day. We're still kind of mashing those totals here day after day, it feels like right now. So hopefully the football games treated you right yesterday with the matchups with Texas and ASU, Ohio State, and Oregon. Let's see what you guys did in the chat yesterday. We did have the winner there on the show here yesterday with Ohio State and Oregon. Game total 2 go over. So let's say hello to you folks. Thank you for being patient today. Man, a lot of action here today with a huge college basketball card, big hockey, and some basketball too. We're going to be with you pretty much for a couple of hours here for sure, previewing the games, talking the games, getting your opinions on the games tonight. Am I square here, you guys? All right, there we go. Look at all those games tonight on our scoreboard back there. I wouldn't know where to begin or where to end here. All right, let's say hello to Joe T in the chat today. Thank you, Joe. Hey, just mentioned right away here, Joe has selections today in the National Hockey League over on our community tab. So please check out Joe's selections today. Let me make sure I'm on the air here. I think, yeah. I'm also checking the community tab. Make sure I have that right with Joe. Yeah, he's got some action today in the NHL. So please check out Joe's plays today in the National. We got a ton of plays today in the National Hockey League. Cash Kane here today. Thank you. Like, subscribe, give the thumbs up. Here's Alvin today. He's got his hockey play ready, I think, here with the Golden Knights tonight. Here's Thomas, my right-hand man. He's my Ed McMahon. He also says, like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube. Fastest growing sports betting channel on YouTube, and we're not done yet. Believe me, Mikey has me pretty fired up here for the months ahead with all of the things that we have in store for you. So thanks for being part of this community and being part of the community early. I think we're going to get more people in this community. Here's Robert McCormick here today. Good morning. Here's Sub. My name is Sub. Good morning, Sub. We'll give Sub the day off pretty much from the soccer action here. There is some action, one good game in Italy in the Coppa with Atalanta and Inter, but really kind of a light day of international soccer today. And Cash Kane says 420 on the views yesterday. Hey, that was pretty good, though, actually. Thanks, Cash Kane, for pointing that out. I think he is saying good. If 420 views and only 40 likes, but 420 views, that's one of our best here since we've been doing the show on the Sports Money Network. I didn't even realize that. Thank you, Cash. There, Old E here today, and Cliff Floyd saying what we're all thinking there. I mean, look, you can say what you want, right? But even if the guy is an American citizen, and maybe he had not for me to talk about this too much on our sports show, but hey, anytime someone's doing anything, no matter where, that's terrorism, right? I mean, that's making people. Terrorizing people. So I don't care where you're from, what your motives are. That's terrorism, man. So let's be patient. Let's back the game up a little bit. Twisted is here today. Nasty Nate's here. He says the Celtics smash today. And we'll see what I think, since I never get the Celtics games wrong. Hey, want to say hello to Bohica today. Thank you, Bohica. Wow, nice to have you here. And check your rules. Great point here by Bohica. Maybe just go in, peek at your accounts if you're online or on those apps. Make sure your bet is either still in or if you have to make your bet again. Great call here by Bohica. Make sure you're not just going because you had a bet on the game. Some books will, take it off the board, issue a refund. I don't think many will, because a lot of books will have the standard rule is, in games like this, usually a 7-day window and the site doesn't change. They'll not avoid the bets, but every book is different. So appreciate that. Bohica. Philly Eagle Flyer, hello. Nice to have you. And let's see what else. We got Sub here. He does have a little bit of action here for us in Scotland today, I believe. Let me check out some of the things here. I think maybe if we had to look at some of the, I think Scotland would be the place to go today. With I say we don't have a lot of games, and here it is, Celtic and Rangers. So forgive me, Sub. I said we didn't have a great card. Celtic, Rangers. That's all I should need to say, right? On a day like today, without a lot of action, I think if we had to look at the world of sport, other than the big bowl game today, I guess anytime Celtic plays Rangers, that is a featured game. So there is a 6-game card in the Scottish Premier League, and that probably is the international feature today. Pardon me, Sub. And he gave me a great pick here too with Celtic, and that one goes off at 7. That sounds like one I might want to get on here on the monitor here as we're watching, as we'll be here all the way through the day. So Damon Waring here today as well. Philly Eagle Flyer, I said hello. And who else there? And Sub says that other game as well here. Twisted, he's got his college football today. Georgia moneyline and under, Duke plus the points and over. Thank you, Twisted. Thomas Bird, hello. Nice to see you in the chat today. He's ready. Let's see what he's saying here. We haven't been here since last year. Thanks, T Bird. We know he's here every when he can. T Bird's here when he can be here. I know that. And Alvin says, yeah, we did. I did have a pick. Sent it out as a VIP play yesterday for myself anyway, and we got the win with the Kings. We won something yesterday in hockey for sure with the Kings and the under. We had the Kings here on the show as our pick yesterday, and yes, we did have the under as our sent it out as a VIP pick here. My VIP picks are going to, just kind of one tier down from the premiums. On our service there with winnables. So yesterday in the NBA, we did have some winners here as well. On the show, hats off. Consensus winner yesterday. You guys, look, a few weeks ago, I had some picks where I got the best of the chat. And I said so here, kind of maybe more subtle, maybe not a dig at the chat, certainly. You guys are the stars of the show, my chat all-stars. Hello, stars. But yesterday, it was the chat all-stars getting the best of it. You guys had the Pistons. I had the Magic yesterday, so good job, Team Steam. I did have some other winners, though, here on the show, including the Washington Wizards yesterday, show winner, premium pick winner, New Orleans and Miami game total to go over was a premium pick winner for me yesterday. I had the Knicks here on the show in big fashion over the Utah Jazz, even though the Jazz have been playing a little bit better. Knicks roll, get that big cover yesterday. Also, another consensus winner for the chat yesterday. Want to say hats off to the chat. They had the Houston Rockets yesterday. I had the under as my play here on the show. It was pretty popular with handicappers, that under yesterday, I'll tell you. But it was the Rockets getting the win for Team Steam. Consensus, great job yesterday. I had the Denver Nuggets to roll over the Atlanta Hawks yesterday for a winner here on the show. And also, we had the Sixers as our winner on the show. But also, Mikey had that one as well on pre-gaming. And we did have the premium pick to go under yesterday with the Sixers and the Kings. In college basketball, we had all those. Another strong day of winners in college basketball, including Purdue Fort Wayne over Northern Kentucky. Also, we had Miami of Florida and Boston College game to go over as our premium pick winner. And we also had Boston College. I know that. And what a comeback by Boston College, actually, yesterday. If you saw that one, pretty big performance there by BC to kind of come back and get that win. Miami led at by 19 points at one point in that one. So we had the winner there. Look, the Fort Wayne, I mentioned that Fort Wayne, cover against Northern Kentucky. The Mastodons almost blew that one. They led by 15 and just end up losing by 1 point, but we had them. I'm sure no one got the loss there. They were at least plus 1.5, probably 2, but kind of a wild game there. Greensboro and Wofford. We had the show winner yesterday with the over in that one. Greensboro, they won the game because Wofford, don't see that too often, but they were turning the ball over left and right when I was watching that game. So we had winner here also under Evansville and Southern Illinois, premium pick winner on the under. We also had show winner Connecticut getting the money against DePaul yesterday. Yeah, it was close late, but Connecticut pulled away from the Demons yesterday. Also, premium pick winner Stanford and Clemson game to go over yesterday. We tailed that steam and got it done. Also, I had the show winner here, North Carolina and Louisville game to go under. Pretty easy winner there, I thought. Villanova and Butler. How about that one? We won it on the show here. Villanova ends that game with a 20-1 run. It was 64-53. Butler was winning, and boom, Villanova went on a big run. We had the premium pick winner on the under yesterday in that game. Villanova and Butler. Also, premium pick winner Mercer over Chattanooga yesterday. So, pretty fun day of college basketball, and we're going to roll it big time today with this card, man. I'm going to hit this card hard, so please consider getting my picks today for college basketball. We're going to go over, if I have time, at least 10 games today, try to get you some winners in case you need a jump start on your college basketball season, because college basketball is what's carrying me here right now a little bit. After what we saw in those in this bowl week for me, not great. So maybe you can give me the winner. Man, we got steam rolling in here. A lot of things happening this morning. Thank you for joining me here. Philly Eagle Flyers talking Coppa Italia here today. More comments rolling in. And here is a Yodi ready to go today as well. Oh, gosh, this steam is going off, baby. Philly Eagle Flyers got some action in that Copa game today. Cash K, let me see, R-Tops here today. Let's go on our new year here. And I think that might be it. Can we get to the commercial and get the show started? I wasn't late, man. This steam's been rolling in. I'm trying to make sure we get some great picks here today. So it's going to be a good day today. It's going to be a fun day today. And we'll think of those that lost their lives yesterday. We don't, unaffiliated with the football game, certainly. But all right, let me get my commercial in here. I want to talk about it for sure. Because I'm hot in college basketball here. You can get my best plays over at winnable.com/Ramon. You can subscribe to my premium picks. $4 for today's action, $8 for a week, or $20 for a month if you click on the QR code in the lower right-hand corner of the screen and use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off those premium pick packages. Today, I'm going to be pretty heavy in college basketball, so I think you will get your money's worth. The way I'm going on these totals here right now, it feels like 67% here. Look, we don't keep great records here on the morning steam here, but all my plays are out there. So I'm looking for someone to keep records for me, but you can get the plays over there. They're all listed there you can go back and check out the plays from every day if you want. That's how it rolls. So check me out over at winnable.com/Ramon to get more plays from me. We're going to try to go over the best, and maybe that's just a bit when we go over the college basketball and all this steam rolling in. Let's get to some of it right now and get our show started with some steam here. Use that promo code STEAM. Steam. It's all about steam here with me. And really all we do is trying to keep you up to date on the early line moves. Make sure you're getting the best prices here for your team. You don't have to agree or disagree, but when I talk about these steam, if you're looking at your line screen, even if it's one of those free ones, you'll see it lighting up when I'm just not making this stuff up. So, hey, here's what it looks like when you go over and you can use the Apple Pay, Google Pay, credit card. It's all powered by Stripe, and that is a very secure payment processing platform, very popular payment processing platform that many e-commerce solutions use, not just in the sports gaming space. So check it out over there at winnable.com, and you can get, there it is, you can get $19.95 for a month. It comes out to about 50 cents a day on those premium picks. So why wouldn't you support me here on the channel for just 50 cents a day? Try to come in and give you a good show. We got some subscribers for sure over there. They've actually gone down a little bit since what's going on here? Have you gotten tired of me or bored of me here? I think we're down to like 140 something subscribers to the free package over there, and you can get free picks from me, including that LA Kings game yesterday. You can set the notifications. Look at the cost. It's $0 to get more plays from me. So check me out over at winnable.com. You see how the plays will come up here. You see, here it is. Let me tell you this. This will get you to go over there and subscribe. It's kind of the start of the golf season here as we're out at Kapalua with the action tonight. Well, we got a while to go before the tournament starts. It's in Hawaii, so it'll be several hours yet before they get underway. But you want some plays in golf this weekend? I've got some long shots here. You might take a screenshot of this, but if you want it, I might just show it fast. But I've got my golf ready to go with my top plays here today for the tournament this weekend. Look, they're all long shots here. Look, you can go with these favorites, right? But it's a shootout at this tournament for sure. Now, that will allow the elite players minus Scotty Scheffler this week. Scotty cut his hand cooking Christmas dinner, apparently, and is going to be out for a couple of weeks. He sliced his hand. You think about these athletes, right? We know that we don't want them going out drinking and driving and all that. Why not get yourself a personal chef? You can't be cutting your hand if you're not handy in the kitchen. I was a restaurant manager for 13 years. I know my way around a kitchen. Scotty, put down the knife, pick up the club, hire someone to make those meals. We all love to get in the kitchen, don't we? Come on. But hey, if you needed any challenge to get over there and subscribe, I've got some great long shots here this week. I don't want to go too far down the list. I thought there were some prices on some pretty good players. I'm going to take my chances and stay in over at least 30-1, I think, here in this tournament. Look, the scores are very, very low here. I mean, the winner a couple of years ago was like 33 under par or something like that. And I think the average winner out here is usually 24 under par. But field's a little deeper now. They've changed the format a little bit over the last 2 years. And will be a good golf action. And the best part about the golf action this weekend is kind of in prime time. So check it out. If you haven't subscribed to the free picks, go over there and you get my golf picks for this week. When I put golf picks out this season, I recommend when I put my plays out, these are good for good for outright winners, top fives, top tens, top 20s, groups and matchups. These are the players I expect to shoot well this week. So yeah, once the first round's over, then you kind of can, if you want to use them in the first round, that's fine. But I don't recommend using the plays that I make necessarily for second, third, and fourth round plays. But to get started anyway, that's the way I kind of look at it. Okay, thanks you guys. Hope you enjoy that this weekend. We'll say hello to a few more folks and then roll off some steam here real quick here with Sharon here today. Thank you. And AOD is ready to hear the steam, I think. Philly Eagle Flyers got that soccer action. Shay Nunn is here today. Nice to have you, Shay. Saw you in the chat there the other day in Mike's show. So I know you've been here a few times, or at least Vidoldi said that Villanova team total was wild. Andrew G, hello. And man, I could use maybe Andrew G could be my stylist with that wonderful suit there. All right, that's right, oldie, right? Come on, Scotty. All right, let's roll some of this steam right now, shall we? I mean, you hear it going off in the background. I'm not doing you guys any favors. Listen to me talk. Let's at least talk about the games that are on the move right now in college basketball, especially here. We're going to go over all of our games here right now, but Minnesota is taking steam. This is the one that just came in moments ago. Minnesota plus the points tonight. They were plus 6.5, but we're seeing some steam here right now on the Golden Gophers in their game tonight. Minnesota taking the steam here in this one against Purdue. It was Purdue minus 6.5, but we're down probably here to 6 or 5.5 in this one with Minnesota at home against Purdue. Those two teams, they played some high scoring games in the of late. So let's see what else we had in the steam department. I've heard about 5 or 6 come rolling in here in the last couple of minutes as we were yapping here. Here's Arkansas, Little Rock, and Tennessee Martin. Steam to the under here with Little Rock and Martin. We've seen some unders from these two teams so far this season, if I'm not mistaken. Total was 138.5. We're probably heading to 137.5 here with Little Rock and Martin. Also, Northwestern took some steam here just moments ago in their game against Penn State. Northwestern was a 6-point dog, but man, this one's all the way down to 4.5 here right now with Northwestern and Penn State Northwestern taking the steam against the Nittany Lions on the road. Virginia Tech. That's football. Virginia Tech took some steam here just moments ago in their bowl game. Just to mention this one, we're kind of getting to the point here. This is tomorrow. Minnesota was a 10-point favorite or so. This is one of those that went all the way, right? Minnesota, the early numbers were 3.5, 4.5, went all the way up to 10. We're seeing some buyback right now on Virginia Tech. I don't have any other information about that right now, but the steam is coming in here on Virginia Tech in that game against Minnesota tomorrow. There's 2 bowl games. Just seconds ago, Georgia State taking steam here right now in their matchup with South Alabama. Georgia State has had pretty much their way with South Alabama, at least covering numbers. South Alabama does win the game quite often. These are conference games now, so we're getting good head-to-head information and stuff. So Georgia State, though, that looks like pretty good steam there, actually, on that game. I want to give that out, actually, right now, if I may. I'm going to go with Georgia State. I don't think I don't have this one in the preview, but it was a game that I was going to use as a premium. Let me give it out right now because it looks like it's going to be down to 4.5 or so here. I still like it. I'll take it. I like that steam here. I'm going to take Georgia State as our first play here on the show against South Alabama today. I can throw them out there left and right today with, it was going to be a premium, so maybe it's a little preview of the picks. But with so many games today, I'll go ahead and put it out there right now. In that one, man, here they come. More steam right now. Liberty in their game today against Western Kentucky. Liberty was an 8-point favorite. Steam comes in. They're up to 8.5 or 9 here right now. Liberty taking the steam against Western Kentucky at 7 Eastern and 4 Pacific. Also, just a few minutes ago, it was Arkansas State taking the steam in their matchup against Old Dominion. Arkansas State was an 11-point favorite. They're up to 11.5 or 12 here right now with Arky State. The steam also came in on that game on the under with Arkansas State and Old Dominion. So sharps appear to be on Arkansas State and the under here. Old Dominion definitely a little bit of trend to the under with Old Dominion for sure. So Arky State and under both get steamed in that game. Robert Morris took the steam in their matchup against Detroit. Now, this is actually an interesting matchup for Detroit. They actually have a pretty strong advantage over Bobby Morris as far as the head-to-head's concerned. Robert Morris has won some of the matchups, but usually they're favored by too many points, and now here they are getting steamed from 5 up to 6 or higher here, it looks like, with Robert Morris taking steam against Detroit. Wisconsin, Milwaukee, and Oakland. We saw steam here to the under in this matchup with Wisconsin, Milwaukee, and Oakland. It was 146.5. We're down to 145.5 or lower here, it looks like right now. When these two teams get together, it's usually Oakland and over. But the steam has come in on exactly the opposite here. I hope I'm not screwing you guys up too much, but no doubt. This series has been Oakland covering the number and over, but the steam was Milwaukee and under, no doubt, in this. So take it for what it's worth there. Maybe you have your own handicap on some of these games. Is that going to be it for the moment? No, I got a few more here. These are a little bit older. These are maybe within the last 20 minutes or so, but so these lines, you can see where the move. I'll read off what the move was here with Cal Poly in their matchup today. Cal Poly plus was getting 8.5. They're down to 7.5 or so. It feels like right now. Cal Poly at home against Irvine took the steam here with the Mustangs. Also, Loyola Marymount took steam. They're an underdog in their game today against Oregon State. conference game, Oregon State and Loyola here in the West Coast Conference. How about that, huh? Oregon State was a 4-point favorite. Looks like they're down to 3 here right now. I don't know. Oregon State's had some pretty good run, of course, but they've started to lose a few here, so maybe they won't keep covering. But remember, they were off to a 10-0 start, I think, against the spread. But I think they've actually failed 3 in a row, it feels like. Right now, there's a move that just came in. You heard it probably with Southeast Missouri State and Tennessee State. Steam coming in right now on the over in this one with Southeast Missouri State and Tennessee State. This is a series where they've produced some unders for sure, but not this year. This year, it's been a lot of overs for Southeast Missouri State and Tennessee State, and that's where the Steam is headed. It was 150.5. It's now 151.5 or so. Southeast Missouri State's done pretty well in that series, covering the spread, and they've been a pretty okay cover this year so far as well. All right, let me see. Northern Arizona took some steam in the game against Idaho State. They've struggled, I believe, against Idaho State. Idaho State's definitely been the better of the two teams in that series. And also this season, it feels like Idaho State's been the better cover than Arizona State. But Arizona State took the steam here in this one. I'm probably going to have a premium pick on the total in that game. But nonetheless, Arizona State was a 2-point favorite. They're probably up to 3 here, or 3.5 right now, with Northern Arizona taking the steam against Idaho State. Texas State and Marshall steam here. Oh, let me preempt it with some live steam right now with Purdue and Minnesota. We just talked about the side. Here comes, no, we didn't. Too many Big Ten games. Here comes the steam on the under in this matchup with Purdue and Minnesota. I thought we did. Yeah, right. The steam was on Minnesota, right? I think we mentioned that. Yeah. And now the steam's coming in on the under in this one with Purdue and Minnesota. We definitely said it was Minnesota steam. Took it down from 6.5 to 5.5. I just said, right? And under here, 136.5 down to 135.5 or so. When those two teams play, it's usually been an over with Purdue and Minnesota, but the steam's coming in on the under here right now. And, we know Purdue has had some turnover here a little bit with their roster, but they're still pretty highly ranked. Okay, also that Texas State Marshall game. Here's steam to the under in the matchup between Texas State and Marshall. It was 144. We're down to 143, it feels like here right now. Texas State, they've definitely had a few unders here. This season, it feels like right now. So under was the steam with Texas State and Marshall. Also, we mentioned that steam on Robert Morris. The steam also came in on the over in that game here. Let me go ahead. I'm going to give this one out. It was 139. I believe it's up to 140 or so, maybe even a little higher right now. Allow me to take the over here as our second play on the show. I'm going to go for it here today, fam, and I've got the total to go over in this one as my another pick here on the show with so many games today. This one I was looking at a possible play here today, but I'll give it out on the show right now. My college basketball totals, if anybody in the chat subscribes, maybe they can tell the others, but I've been pretty strong on these totals right now. This is actually where I'm strong every year. Over at those sites, the several years I was on those paid sites, college basketball was kind of when I ran it up a little bit. Even Thomas always called me Mr. 6,000. Yeah, maybe we took advantage of some of those other sports too, like tennis and college baseball and the like. But college basketball totals, that's pretty much my forte. And here's steam to the over, and I'm all about it today with Robert Morris and Detroit on the over. I like it. I'm taking it with the over in that one. All right, a little bit more here. Keep it rolling. This is another one. I'm gonna go with this one too. Arkansas State and Old Dominion. Yeah, Steam came in on the under here in this one at 154. It's down here to 153. I'm going to go with this one here as another play on the show with the under with Arkansas State and Old Dominion. I'm going to chase that Steam today. It's down to 153. We've already seen the Steam come in on Arkansas State, obviously, in that one we mentioned. And if that's going to be the case, I think this is going to be an under, as I was already projecting. Old Dominion's been going under in some games so far this season. I'm going to go under with Arkansas State and Old Dominion. All right, breather, real quick. Get ready. Start the show. A few more comments. Let's go. Man, there's so many games. I don't know how we're going to do it. Curtis is here today. Irish King as well. Philly Eagle Flyer just needs to get those goalies in there. We'll try to project who I think the goalies will be here today. Here comes some more. Woo, here comes some more steam in this one. Let's see here. Oh, I'm not going to worry about that. Nobody wants any Swedish hockey steam, except, well, there's probably a few guys out there that would. Who else we got here? Cash Kane, maybe like in St. Thomas here. And here's Joe. What is he saying here? He likes to play. Thank you, Joe. Let's go. All right. Hey, tell you what, you can play some lotto tickets. You can play these basketball games, but right now we're kind of seeing a little bit of a New Year's surge on the stock market here right now. I could cash out a pretty big day here. So far, the market is up big time. It feels like right now to get the morning started. So let's hope we get some of that money back from the last few weeks here. And let's start the show with our games right now. We're going to talk about it real briefly here. Just again, I'm already on record in the big game today between Notre Dame and Georgia. Go ahead and I think we can also say, Thomas, that we were on Team Steam was on Notre Dame today, or yesterday, I should say. So there's been any change here. And interestingly, though, Notre Dame is now the favorite in the game. They'd already kind of switched to the favorite yesterday. It wasn't anything because of the delay or anything like that. It feels a little bit public-y, but it actually has gone to 1.5 even at some spots. But the sharp books are still hanging on with a pick 'em here in this one. So go ahead in the chat if you want to rehash your pick from yesterday. If you want to change your pick, I'm not going to change my pick in this one. I was with you guys taking Notre Dame here. Look, SEC, I'm SEC guy, and I'm all about it, right? But let's face it, I think the NIL is kind of changing things on the landscape a little bit. Maybe the SEC is going to come back to the pack or so, it feels like. So see if you guys like this one with Notre Dame. I mean, again, you guys are here every day. I don't think anybody needs to rehash some of the trends and everything, but I'll let everyone chime in while I read off another college basketball steam move here. It's on the game where I've already picked Georgia State. The total is moving under here. It was 141. It's down to 140 in the game between South Alabama and Georgia State. Game total moving to the under here. South Alabama's been kind of the over team. Georgia State, they're a little bit more under, but the steam is on the under here in South Alabama and Georgia State. All right. Go ahead and give me your picks again if you want. If you're already on record, that's okay, because I think Team Steam is already on record, right, with taking Notre Dame yesterday as our consensus selection here in this one. We know Beck is out. Stockton is in. I think we've had one more day to think about, Stockton here, and if he is, making his first start here in the spotlight a little bit, but nonetheless, it'll be Stockton in there for Georgia today. We know what we're getting with both these teams here. I don't think anything's going to be negative here necessarily after the 1 day wait in this one. No, there was no reporting that any team was necessarily negatively affected here. The only thing that's affected maybe is the fans. They had to get an extra hotel day, but you know what? Come on. They weren't all booked up on January 2nd. Just plunk down another couple $100, stay an extra night in New Orleans, and get ready for the game here this afternoon. We saw the game actually was originally scheduled for 8:45, and that wasn't going to work out for these two teams because they are actually the short end of the scheduling here, it felt like, with the way the matchups were set. So they kind of petition, say, hey, can we get this one done earlier? And even though we don't want to shed too much negative light on it, we'll take it, right? We'll take a day game here. Maybe for the average Joe, it's something where not our average Joe, our Joe versus super special, but there's another game going on. They, weren't going to flip flop them. So I think ESPN, it wasn't necessarily because of that, but nonetheless, the teams apparently went to them and said, hey, we need to have this one a little bit dialed back on the time factor because we've got to prepare. The winner has to prepare. I don't think they were into a situation where, they were complaining about it, but the two coaches met at the press conference and they did not talk again, according, I believe, to the coaches. They met the one time. So, all right, go ahead. I'm going to run through a few chat here. If you guys want to pick this game again, appreciate it. And Thomas says he's not sure about Stockton here in this one and the way Notre Dame's going. Here's Twisted, Georgia, and under. Philly Eagle Flyer, Notre Dame, Subhuman, Notre Dame, Twisted. Thank you for your college basketball today. And our Tom's there on Notre Dame. Guillermo says, look what he says. See, right? He says, my play got canceled and now the line has moved, right, Guillermo? And he says, maybe a little conspiracy theory. Maybe they were a little heavy there. And again, if there are published rules, you could possibly take it to the book, but a lot of them may have a little bit more vague, I think. I don't know there. And Thomas says, number one consensus here. We've already agreed, right, that it will be here with Notre Dame. All right, let's not bang about it too long. I think everything's ready to go in the game today, so hopefully it'll be all smooth. Let's roll. Duke and Mississippi will play in the Gator Bowl. They used to play. Remember my birthday last week? They used to play the Gator Bowl on December 28th every year. I felt like it was my special bowl. It was the only bowl game on December 28th. I adopted the Gator Bowl as my official bowl game because it was on my birthday, but not anymore. It's on January 2nd here with Duke and Ole Miss tonight in this one. Let me squeeze in one more. We're going to squeeze in a lot of steam here, but we already talked about, let's see here, this game with LMU getting the steam against Oregon State. Well, here's a move to the under right now. It was 137. It's now 136, maybe even lower here with Oregon State and LMU. Steam to the under here in this one. We've seen some unders, it feels like, with Oregon State and LMU so far this season with those two teams. So here's some steam to the under in that one. Okay, let's talk about this one here with Duke and Ole Miss. We know Ole Miss, could there be a situation where they're a little bit let down? They didn't get invited to the college football playoff. We know they lost some key games. They were the hottest team one of the hottest teams in the country, of course, coming into the end of the season. But could they be negatively affected by the chance that they weren't invited here? Ole Miss has won 9 straight non-conference games coming into this one. Duke, they've covered the spread in 7 straight bowl games. That's the way they run. That's the way they roll a little bit with Duke. So Ole Miss has been a strong under this season. They went under in 10 of their last 11 games coming in to this one with that stellar defense here for Duke. they had their quarterback leave the portal, so they'll have, I believe, let me make sure. I think Bellin is the quarterback here. He threw just one pass all season long, but that's kind of been the move here with Murphy having transferred after that good season. So they have a few issues, certainly, right now missing him. But for Ole Miss, they'll be out of some players as well. But let's see here what you guys want to do in this one. Duke was scoring pretty well. They won their last 3 games, averaging about 27 points per game in there, it felt like. And, Duke, they were clutch in those close games, especially with their quarterback kind of playing clutch in those games. But Duke 5-1-1 as an underdog this season. They did lose to SMU. Remember, they were +6 in the turnover department in that game, and they still lost that game too. I just compare it to SMU to Mississippi, kind of elite team, very good teams this season, among the best in the country. Certainly, Ole Miss won 4 of their last 5 games. All 9 wins by Ole Miss were by nearly 2 touchdowns, I think by 12 or 13 points or more on all 9 of their victories. Ole Miss just 5-5 against the spread as a favorite, 4-4 against the spread as a double-digit favorite this year. So 50-50 proposition there, it feels like. Rebels here, 10 and what did we say? 10 of their last 11 under. I think we already said that. So go ahead, chat. Let's see what you have in this one with Duke and Ole Miss. Man, the steam is rolling in. Here we go in the chat. Let's see what you got. And William Dryman, hello. And Damon Waring says, how do college basketball teams do as far as the game totals after not playing in a week? That's 50-50. Damon, I didn't mean to be so flippant. I'm half kidding. I think each game is going to be. I'm not sure that I'm considering that as part of my handicapping research. Thomas likes the under in the game. Duke and over for Twisted. Also, Kane says too many points for a bowl game, right? Look. Even with Duke, right? Yeah, you got a younger quarterback. Duke seems to have a pretty decent program nowadays, right? It's not all about the basketball. Duke goes to bowls. They play pretty well. Dougie's got Notre Dame as his bands play here today. Hugh Janus is here. Hi, Hugh. Nice to see you here. He says the books are giving you a second chance. They gave you your money back to go flip-flop over. A lot of times what I do, and sometimes in live betting, especially in basketball, you think you always get screwed in live betting, right? You're like, oh, I'm going to take this +8. And you hit it, and all of a sudden it's +6. And you're like, oh, geez, what do they do? They just do that because there's an algorithm. And then I'll go bet the -6 and say, ha, gotcha. I'll wait for the 8 to come back. Here's Joey likes the over in this one. And there he is. Happy New Year. Robert says, got to take Duke here in this one, plus those points, even with that situation. I'm going to do it. I'm taking Duke as my play here on the show. It was probably 14 before the Duke situation kind of changed a little bit. So getting a little bit extra here. And Ole Miss, great team, no doubt about it. Let's see here. Joey says only 34 likes. It's pretty good. We got 83 people in here right now. It may show the YouTube may have less, but I've got them compiled up here from our views over on X as well. And shout out to my family of friends on Facebook today. Nice to have my family and friends. They never say hi, so I'm sure they're here. Come on, fam. All right, let's see here. Twisted says here's an over for sure. I think 56 points there, but also he says Ole Miss wins, Duke covers. All right, I guess that's it in this one. I'll take Duke here in this one. That's it for college football. Let's throw a few more steam plays in there right now. And before we get to the NBA, next up, get ready, Nate. You know, the Celtics are on top of the board. What will I do? What will Ramon go with in the Celtics game? All right, where was that steam that came in when we were talking just a moment ago? Southern Indiana and Tennessee Tech. Here is some steam to the over in this one. It was 145 up to 146 right now with Southern Indiana and Tennessee Tech. All right, let's get one more. Let me see. No, we're ready to roll. Let's go here with our basketball card for today. We're already almost an hour into the show. So here, Twisted's ready to go. There it is. He likes the Celtics. He likes the over here. Let's put up the banner and see where I stand and where you guys stand in this one with the Celtics on the road. They're up to 4.5 here right now in this one. And the total, it's about 220 or 220.5 for sure. In this one with the Celtics. Steam play. Here it comes. College basketball. William and Mary and Hofstra. We're seeing some steam here to the over in this one with William and Mary and Hofstra. This one was 150, but it looks like it's up to 151 here right now with William and Mary and Hofstra. Hofstra usually wins. William and Mary usually covers in that series. It's almost like clockwork there a little bit. Total there on this side was 5.5, I think. So here's another steam move coming in the Big Ten with Illinois and Oregon. This one sounds like one we want to at least mention here real quick in the Big Ten tonight. In Eugene, this one was 156. We already heard steam come in on Oregon in that game. I think they went from 3 to 3.5 or so. I'm just going off my notes here. I didn't look at the screen, but steam right now to the under was 156, but we're going to be down to 154.5 or lower here. Steam with Illinois and Oregon in college basketball. All right, let's try to get through this here with the NBA, Celtics, and the Timberwolves. I know you're all hinging on pins and needles because I can't miss. It feels like with the Celtics right now. Here we go. All right. In this one, you got the Celtics here, a little bit on the move right now. The Celtics have dominated the series against the Timberwolves. They've won 14 of the last 16 meetings, but the Celtics, I keep saying they're kind of easy as pie a little bit. I'm not going to necessarily pick this one just yet. Maybe I even like it as a premium, but this Boston is a very easy team, it feels like, to predict. Maybe because these elite teams, they know how to turn it on, turn it off, whatever you try to pace yourself. Boston's failed to cover the spread in 9 straight games coming off of a win. So good luck to them here. Favorite against Minnesota. Yeah, they dominate the series. The steam came in on the over here. That's why it went up here to at least 220.5. So not overwhelming steam, but the move reportedly was on the over here. Boston's gone under in 4 straight games coming in to this one. Maybe Boston's trended under, certainly just a little bit here of late, it feels like. But let's see what you guys have to say in the game. Good game, I would say, here with Boston and Minnesota. Minnesota here at home. Minnesota's gone under in 5 of their last 7 games at home right now, and Minnesota's also covered 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams. So I'm going to take the under in this one. I think you know where I'm headed here with my premium tonight. If I can't miss on this team, just rewind it. If you don't want to get my 50 cents a day package, I think you heard what I said. Nate already said the Celtics will smash in this game. So, you know, Nate's never wrong. This is his team. All right, here is Phil Eagle Flyer took that football game. Thank you. He's also got the, do we have scores already? I'm going to have to go. I'm going to have to put the Rangers Celtic game on. I got to do it, man. Come on. If I'm sitting here doing my show, even if it takes 3 hours, I've got to watch Celtic and Rangers. I mean, how many times I used to host that game before the turn of the century, bringing a bunch of Scottish people there early in the morning to watch the game with Celtic and Rangers here. Oh man, let me see if I can get this one. Oh, I might not be able to. I don't want to keep everybody waiting just so I have a game in the background, a good game to watch here. But okay, give me your picks here while I try to figure the thing out here and try to bring the game up. We've got props here from Jermaine in this one, and we got Fernando. He likes the over here in this one. Terrell, hello, Terrell. Great to see you. Hi, he's at Tatum due for a high-scoring game here. Robert likes the over here in this one. I think that's it from you guys here in this one. All right. That's it from you guys. Not much here in this one from you guys. Okay. Oh, boy. Oh, they actually have that one on CBS Sports Network. No wonder. Is it on CBS Sports Network or Paramount Plus or both? All right, I'll just go to my Paramount Plus here. I can't find it real fast. I'm trying to talk and do the show here. That's it from you guys. Let's move on to the next game. While I try to figure this out, I'll take the under here with the Celtics and the Wolves. Next up, Pacers taking on the Heat in this one. You have the Heat favored here by 1. Not 11, not 11. It's 1 here. That's just a typo there. I couldn't probably read 1.5, or I typed it in. I don't even know if we can call it 1.5, because it's definitely Heat by 1. It feels like at this point. Oh boy. Okay, there we go. Heat -1, and the total here is 224, 223.5. I don't know if it was ever 227. Yeah, maybe it was, but here we go. All right. I think we finally got it right here with the Pacers and the Heat. In this one, you got the Miami Heat here. They've won 7 of their last 8 games at home, but the Pacers have covered 6 of their last 7 games on the road coming into this one. 5 straight meetings between these two teams have gone over the total, but the total's been dropping here. And these teams have been going over this year for the most part, it feels like, as well. So maybe you want to respect the move here, down at least a couple of points. Maybe it wasn't 227 necessarily, but it does feel like it was at least 226. So there's definitely a move here. Let me fire up the overnight steam a little bit and see if it got hit, but I don't think it necessarily was. But you definitely have seen 2 teams here that have gone over, right? If I'm not mistaken, this season. You have the Celtics 21-13 to the over. The Heat, they're a little more modest at just 17-14 to the over, but the Pacers are 12-5 to the over as underdogs here. So I don't know. Maybe I'm interested in the value here in this one. That not necessarily any widely reported steam, just a little bit of a move. But Indiana, not only have they been covering on the road, they've also won 6 of their last 7 games on the road here. 6 straight meetings between these two teams have gone over here, but again, that move is going under. The Pacers have covered the spread in 15 of their last 17 games off of a loss. Look, it's virtually a pick 'em here. I don't think the Pacers are going to necessarily move as a favorite, so that would make the trend a little bit invalid. Maybe it is still invalid here with a 1-point spread, but nonetheless, the Pacers have been playing well on the road. There's no doubt about it. So go ahead. Let's hear you guys chime in. In this one with the Pacers and the Heat. The teams met just, let's see here, back in November, couple of meetings, the old 2 games in 3 nights, split the series. Miami won the first one as a 4.5-point dog. The Pacers came back to win 2 nights later and covered the spread. So let's hear from you in the chat in this one with the Pacers and the Heat. Go to the chat, see what you have with. Maybe Robert's going over. Thank you, Phil Eagle Flyer. Yeah, what's going on? Why can't I? It's a little tough to do it all at once here, so I was not able to get. There it is. Okay, I had to go to CBS Sports Network. You know, I love my Paramount Plus and my Golazzo channel. I always have that channel on. All right. Pacers money line and over here for Twisted. And here's an under here for Art Tomps. I think Fernando said Pacers under, unless there's a new player named Pena that he's going under. Redbeard. Hello, Redbeard. And Terrell says he'll take the Pacers here over the Heat in this one. The Heat, of course, coming in off the back-to-back last night in the game against New Orleans there yesterday. Thank you, Terrell, for mentioning that. Super True in there. Hello, nice to have you. And Duke says, good thing there's only 65 games. We'd never make it through the show. Here's Robert with the Pacers and the under here in this one. I'm going to take the Pacers. I think you'll see a few Pacers in there for sure. I don't know if it's going to make it as a consensus play, but there is some Pacers action. I saw. Was there any Heat at all? Hey, Darren Cawley. Nice to have Darren here. Hi, Darren. Pleasure to have you here in the chat. I'm going to look at your avatar. A beautiful beach scene there, it looks like. Is that in Southeast Asia by chance, or is that in the United States? That looks like a Southeast Asia beach there. All right. And Nuke, thank you. Smash it, like it, rub it down all over. And here's Damon, Pacers and under. Thomas is busy, you know, he's calling his bookie all the time, so he misses the consensus plays now. And Jermaine here, Heat 2-0 at home on the back-to-back. Thomas says it's consensus. Damon says, don't forget about those suspended players on the Heat from the fight there the other day. Terry Rozier will miss I believe the suspension takes place here starting today. He's listed as questionable, but I don't know if there's an appeal or something, it feels like. So thank you in that one. It's a Florida beach there. Thank you, Darren. All right. Thomas is calling his bookie. All right. I'll take the Pacers here in this one. Let's keep it rolling right now and go to the Clippers taking on the Thunder here. You got the Thunder, pretty big favorite against our Clips, up to 9.5. And the total here is at 218 or so. Let's update the line a little bit in this one with the Clips and the Thunder. And get the preview going in this one. And the Oklahoma City Thunder have won 13 straight times when favored over the Clippers. They pretty much own this series here. The Clippers have gone under in 6 straight on the road. It seems like we've been on these Clippers unders for sure this season. The widely reported steam, however, came in on the over in this game. You see it there, taking it up here to 218 right now. The Thunder on a winning streak here, no doubt, looking absolutely terrific. But you do have 2 teams here that are pretty good at covering the spread. The Thunder 21-11. They've been favored in every game this season but one. So not only are they winning, they're covering as well. The Clippers are 20-13 as the spread against the spread. They've also been very, very strong. But note, they are just 9-7 on the road against the spread. Still a positive record, but they've done most of their damage at home this season. The Thunder have won 5 straight meetings between these 2 teams. Clippers, talk about those road unders, right? 5-10-1 to the under on the road, 7-13-1 to the under as a dog. But like I said, the steam came in on the over here in this one. So can that sway you off the under here? Let's take a look and see what you guys have. Usually when the Clippers, I mean, it's almost a telltale sign on some of these, right? Because you think that, look, they're still 19-14. Yes, the Thunder are among the best in the league, no doubt. Maybe they are the best. You got to figure, crazy. Boy, the television executives are rolling in their offices if they get the Cavaliers and the Thunder for the NBA Finals this year. But probably take a shot at that one right now, wouldn't you? All right, let's go to the chat and see what you have here in this one. The Clippers taking on the Thunder here. They've already met twice this season, and the Thunder won them both, but they did not cover the last time here at home. 134-128 is a 6.5 point favorite. They missed by a half a point, but the Thunder won the other meeting in LA 105-92 to get the money in that one. So go ahead in the chat. Let's see what you guys have here with the Clips and the Thunder. And I think Thomas says he can't get with the Thunder here, I think. Jermaine has SGA over 6.5 assists. Terrell likes OKC to cover. Thomas says that's a lot of points. I got to try the Clippers here. Looks like Robert is contrarian in this one too today. And that's it from you guys in the chat, All-Stars. So I'm going to lay it here with the Thunder. I think for me, if the Clippers have had some blowout losses on the road, they're kind of a team. Look, they just lost to San Antonio. Pardon me, the other night, 122-86. They failed to cover the spread big time in that one. They also failed to cover the spread against New Orleans, although they did win that game. Clippers have been on the road quite a bit here of late. They were on the road for before Christmas, came home for one game, and then hit the road again. That's not a great Christmas schedule, it feels like. So I'm going to try the Thunder here to get a blowout. Maybe I think the Clippers might be this one might be a little bit tough here. Caruso is out for OKC. That looks like the only impactful injury in this one. Maybe another comment or two. Let's see. Good point, Terrell. Good point. All right. Looks like Thomas is looking forward to this one. Damon does like OKC here with me. All right, we'll keep it moving here right now and go to the next one with the Nets taking on the Bucks. Here you got the Bucks favored by another one where did I just screw all these spreads up? What was I? There was some good late night. Well, there wasn't a lot of late night action, but I was watching a lot of tennis yesterday. Haven't opened up my tennis card here just yet for 2025, a couple of days in, but we're going to be getting some tennis here on the VIP selections. But I was watching some great tennis last night, and maybe I just screwed up these lines a little bit because this one's 14 for the Bucks, of course, against the Nets, but still the Nets among the best when covering the spread, and we know for Milwaukee covering the spread, not so much, but they've come back a little bit and got some of these numbers here of late. They are just 5-5 against the spread in their last 10, but 9-13 against the spread as a favorite. The Nets continue to be a pretty good cover, 12-6-1 against the spread on the road, and 16-11-1 against the spread as an underdog. So this is the role you kind of want the Nets in. Not only that, the Nets have covered the spread in 6 of the last 7 meetings against Milwaukee. Now, Milwaukee, they've found their form. They've won 10 of their last 12 games at home right now. After that 0-3 start at home to start the season, 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone over here in this one. So let's see what you guys want to do here with the Nets taking on the Bucks here in Milwaukee tonight. Milwaukee dominates in these games, playing teams on a back-to-back. The Nets, of course, played last night against the against the Raptors. We tried them. We had, consensus went with them too, no doubt. But remember, there was nearly a pick 'em in that game, and the Raptors were definitely the best. It felt like last night. I whiffed on that game for sure, but. Let's see what you guys have. I'm taking the Nets. I'm going to try them again. I'm going to come right back on the Nets here, plus 14. It feels like for me, I prefer taking the points. Bucks here have covered the spread in let's see. Oh, they covered at Indiana New Year's Eve, 120 to 112, but failed 2 games before that, including the game on December the 26th at home here against Brooklyn. It was Brooklyn winning that game 111 to 105. So I'm going to go ahead and try them again here. I'm going to take Brooklyn. Brooklyn's covered the spread in 4 straight meetings against Milwaukee. Give me the Nets here in this one. Kind of want to go with the Nets as a premium, but I'm not sure about the total here yet. And Thomas says, give me the Bucks. Darren talking about that Thunder game there, and just saying they're a slow starting team. Real quick, a little bit of steam in the NHL here with the Rangers tonight and their matchup against the Bruins. Bruins were $1.20, but this one could move close to a pick 'em, it feels like right now. Maybe the Bruins are $1.15. It could be even close to a pick 'em here by the time this one gets done moving. The Rangers are taking the steam tonight against the Bruins. We just saw Shesterkin hit the injured list here, so I don't think there's any question. Well, maybe there is some question, but with the goalie situation tonight here with the Rangers, we're going to see lots of Jonathan Quick. It seems like, if I'm not mistaken, moving forward here. Quick's been in there 9 times so far this season. They're taking the steam, the Rangers, right now. So obviously something was wrong with Shesterkin there. All right. Take the Nets, says Kane. Damon says take the Nets. Robert says Nets and under. Here's Fernando leaning to the over. Thomas has a blowout, though, it looks like. Hey, Dana, thanks for your play tonight. Rutgers against IU. I will say this, right, Dana? Rutgers has been, ever since the Rutgers came into the conference, it seems like they're getting too many points. Now, this is pretty low, 5.5, but Rutgers always covers against IU, it feels like. All right, Bucks don't play enough defense there. The Nets have those scorers. Bruins money line for 5th. Here's a hockey game, and even if it's not even the hockey segment, he's ready to go for us. Thank you, Philly. All right, Kane's going. Let's see. Dana's going to the game. Is that the basketball game tonight? Oh, Thomas says that was the Nets score against Toronto last night. Yeah, 130 to 113. We got the Nets have lost 3 in a row. Right now, but they did get the cover against Orlando. Remember, 102, 101. All right, give me the Nets here in this one. I kind of like it as a premium here, but we whipped on them yesterday. Let's just grab the points here. Let's get a steam play in here real quick in college basketball. Then we'll continue with our final 2 NBA games. South Dakota and UMKC. We've taken some steam here with the under in this one with South Dakota and UMKC. This is kind of an under series when these 2 teams meet for sure. Interesting there with the steam coming in on the under with South Dakota and Missouri, Kansas City. I kind of like this one. It was 158 down to 157. We've seen a couple of overs with those teams this year in their games, but this series is an under, and the steam is coming in on the under right now. South Dakota and the Roos. All right. Couple more here right now in the NBA as we wrap up our card tonight with, well, how about this one? The Philadelphia 76ers and the Philadelphia Warriors. Well, the Golden State Warriors, but we know this franchise started in Philadelphia. How about that? I think it was, I know it was the Philadelphia. I don't know if it started there, but I think it did. Warriors here favored by another one. No, I think it may have been actually lower, but right now the Warriors are favored by about 3 or 3.5 here. It feels like right now in that game against the Sixers. The move here on the Warriors, obviously, but the Warriors have been struggling here. Maybe they found a team that they can beat. Here, this is a TNT late game tonight, Boston, Minnesota. Minnesota, of course, is the early game here. Warriors definitely in a funk right now, but they did win last time out, or lost last time out against Cleveland in that blowout. They did beat Phoenix at home before that, but still didn't cover the spread. They're not covering the spread, it feels like, at all here of late. But Golden State has won 11 of their last 13 games against teams below 500, and they've also covered the last 3 meetings against the Sixers. 7 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams have gone under the total. For Golden State and Philly, let's see here. Golden State's gone under in 6 of their last 7 games coming in as well. Philly here had their winning streak snap. Remember, they kind of turned it around a little bit before losing to Sacramento. This is the 5th game, though, of this road trip right now. So maybe that's why even the Warriors have been in a funk. Maybe that's why the move is still on them a little bit here in this one because of the Sixers on this road trip. But it looks like the Sixers here. It looks like we will have Embiid. I'm expecting Embiid tonight. Curry has a thumb injury, so he is questionable no matter what. You got Podziemski out of this game as well. Dre is probable. Let's get your picks here in this one with the Warriors and the Sixers. Teams haven't met yet this season. Here we go. Robert likes the under here in this one. Twisted likes the Sixers here. And he also is going to lean to the over in this matchup. I'm going to look at the market action here, actually, with this game. With, 4 out of every 5 tickets coming in on the Warriors. And total money here, heavy to the over here so far, but feels like the Sharps are mostly on the under, but I don't know. I mean, I kind of want to play the under as well, but all right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and take the under as my play. This feels like a premium to me, but maybe that sharp action will get me off of it a little bit. And the fact that I'm not sure on the side. This one looks a little funky with the Warriors. The Warriors, like I said, they've won and covered 3 straight games against the Sixers. Here, let's see, in the chat, I think you guys are done. Not much of an opinion here. Just give me the under in this one with the Sixers and the Warriors. Hope I'm not costing myself a premium winner there a little bit, but I'm gonna gotta take something, and I'm gonna take the under. Feels like my best play though in that game, actually. All right, one more here, and you got the Blazers and the Lakers tonight, with the Lakers a big favorite here by 9, total 224. So a little bit of a move to the Lakers, pretty much 9 everywhere. And yeah, this is a move to the under here for sure. Widely reported steam did come in on the under here. Lakers have played some overs of late, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look at that. Lakers here have gone over now in well, let's see here. They're just 8-7 to the over at home. Blazers 5-10-1 to the under on the road coming into this one. So let's take a look a little more in depth here. The Portland Trail Blazers have lost 14 of their last 15 games against the Lakers in Los Angeles, and the Lakers here have covered the spread this season in 4 straight games right now, coming off of a loss. Of course, they lost last time out to Cleveland in blowout fashion after winning a couple in a row against Sacramento and Golden State. Portland is off of a blowout loss at home to the Sixers. They had won a couple in a row before that over Dallas and Utah. Portland has gone over in 5 of their last 6 games here overall, but have gone, like I said, on the road. They're a big time under. Man, this one looks a little peculiar, but let's see what you guys have here in this one. All right, Darren said, I'll take Gold State if Curry's in there. Fernando says he thinks Curry might miss this one with that thumb injury. I try to be one of the best on YouTube in prognosticating the injuries. I've got to flip a coin right now with Curry. I'm leaning over because he is kind of a tough guy who will play through some injuries, but whenever that thumb is injured. All right, here James Parham says Sixers fell apart last night down the stretch against the Kings, but they did get the money here yesterday for sure in that one. We were zeroed in pretty much on that game last night, side and total. We had the winner. So, I don't even need to talk about that one. Here's Reeves here, looking good, man. Reeves, how about Dana likes LeBron to go over, and then what is that? A block? Is that blocks there? Lakers and under here for Robert, and Fernando likes the under here in this one as well. Thanks, gang. All right, I'll make the call here for me as well. In the matchup here, let's take a look. I think I'm all right. Give me the Lakers here in this one. I'll go ahead and lay 9 points. That sounds dangerous. And Terrell says, sharp to have a big game tonight for the Blazers. Thanks, you guys. That's a look at threes. Thank you, Dana. Of course it is. All right. Thanks a lot, gang. That was good. We took care of the NBA there in about I don't know, half an hour. We better get to hockey here right now. Get ready. Get your pucks ready. And we've got a huge hockey card tonight. Feels like we're doing pretty well in the NHL right now, especially on those totals. Look, don't be afraid to move up or down and lay that little bit of juice. That's what we had to do last time out. So if you can, I don't always try to bend it by half of a goal, but many books will offer those alternative lines, and that's what put us in the green there the other night. So I will specify when you subscribe to the picks exactly what it says. Here we go. First up, and we'll keep abreast of the goalie situation here as well. So let's go with the Hurricanes on the road here. You got Pyotr Kochetkov and Bobrovsky expected in here. It feels like today in this one. Maybe you got a little bit of an advantage here with Bob, $1.25, but both goalies have been very, very sharp. You got a very good matchup here. Almost identical records right now. One of the games of the day for sure with Florida and Carolina. Both teams have actually had a little bit of a spell of late. Florida's lost 2 of their last 3. Carolina's lost 3 of their last 4 games coming in. Teams have met twice so far this season. It was a Panthers blowout both times this year. The Panthers have kind of had their run in this series a little bit, and the series does kind of go under long term, but still last game 6-0 Florida. Before that 6-3 Florida in the 2 games this year, and the 2 games last year, remember, in the playoffs, wild ones. Remember Florida winning the series clincher 5-4 here. No, it wasn't a playoff. Let me think what it was. Let me see here. 4-0 Carolina. That was, I don't think that was. No, that was well into the regular season here. Okay, there it is. Oh, March 14th. Okay, so 4-0. It was a Carolina victory, but let me get the numbers. This will be better. Stop trying to look down a log sheet here. All right, here we go. Florida's beaten Carolina in 7 of the last 8 games here at home, is what it is. 9 of the last 13 meetings between these two teams have gone under. The steam came in on the under here. In fact, right now you're looking at some spots have moved to 5.5, juice to the over here. You could still get some decent prices. The sharp books are still kind of hanging on to the higher numbers here, it feels like, but um, I'm gonna take the under. I'm gonna take the under here in this one with the Hurricanes and the Panthers as my play. Let's see what you guys have. Look, these goalies I think have been pretty good. If we get those, Kashetkov a 2.52 goals against and a 90% save percentage, and Bobrovsky 2.81 goals against and 89.5% save percentage coming into this one. So let's see what you got here as we get rolling with this nice hockey card tonight. I hope we could do some damage here with this one, with this card. All right, take a look here. Carolina also struggling big. They are struggling big time on the road. Make no mistake. They've lost 8 of their last 9 games on the road. They're still 22-13, but right now their road record is just 7-12. So the road has been, or no, I'm sorry, 8-9, 8-9. That's what 8-9 on the road. Still pretty bad when you consider they are 14-4 at home this season. So okay, let's see what you got here. Here's an over trifecta, first period and full game for Philly Eagle Flyer. He also likes the Panthers. Here's Cash Kane on the Hurricanes. Our Tomps likes the over. And Robert gonna roll with me here on the under in this one. Next up is the Wild taking on the Capitals. Here, another pretty good matchup, man. Wow, these are hot games here. You got Minnesota 23-11-4. You've got Washington coming in 25-10-2. Good matchup here with these two teams. Gustafson here against Lindgren in this one. Lindgren's been pretty good, 2.69 goals against and an 89.5% save percentage. Maybe he hasn't been, the better of the two goalies, but for Gustafson here, 17-6-3 with a 92.5% save percentage among the league leaders, 2.38 goals against coming in. The Wild have had the best of this occasional series here. The Wild comes in to this one having won 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams and covered the puck line in 5 straight games against the Capitals. Maybe the Capitals are a little bit better at home than on the road, but not by much. Man, they're 12-4 at home, but Minnesota continues to be one of the best road teams in the league, 13-4 on the road, although just 5-8 straight up. As an underdog, Washington has won 5 of their last 6 games at home and covered the puck line in 4 of their last 5 games at home. Minnesota's covered the puck line in 8 of the last 9 meetings 8 straight meetings between these two teams right now. So Wild, always a good series matchup against Washington. Minnesota won the last meeting way back in January of last season, 5-3 at home. It's kind of a home team series for the most part. The home team, let me see here. Washington won at home last year in the meeting. So the home team won both meetings last year. But all right, let's see what you have. I'm going to try the Wild here as an underdog on the road in this one. And let's see here. Nut Flush here. Is that you, Nut Flush? I don't know what the 16 is, but I hope that's Nut Flush. If that's you, Nut Flush, I love you. Great, always contribution. to our community. Phil Eagle Flyer says he wants these goalies confirmed. R. Thompson's on the Wild. Dana's on the Wild. And Jake says, you know what? I might try the Wild too. I'm on the Wild here in this one. Man, that feels almost consensus-y here. But one was a lean there, it looks like. I think Jake's is a lean. So Robert here liking the under and probably be going with this. Probably send this one out as a premium. We'll see. It's 5.5. 5.5 there. And all right. A little bit of steam here. I want to pass this one along here real quick. In the college ranks with Sam Houston State, we get a little breather from our excitement today. Boy, how about my energy today? We're really up, aren't we? Sam Houston took the steam here in the game today against New Mexico State. New Mexico State was a 2-point favorite. This is probably going to be a pick 'em here. It feels like it might be one right now, but Sam's taking some action here in this matchup. Seen a couple of overs certainly between with these two teams this season, not against each other, but in general, Sam though taking the steam here right now. All right, here's Philly Eagle Flyer here. Says he's got Thompson in. Let me refresh it here. He says looks like it will be Thompson in goal here for the Caps. So that will change things a little bit here, I think. All right. And Nut Flush says team total there possibly. Oh, great to see you, Nut Flush. Thank you. I mean, how many Nut Flushes can there be out there? I know. Yeah, so no football game. Now that I think about it, I was like, what was I doing last night? That I played in a poker tournament on the whole internet last night. Not bad, but a little $50 buy-in, and I made it all the way to 17th place in a little tournament on Bovada. How much did I win? $121. That was about 6 hours of my life I'll never get. But hey, I doubled my money a little bit. And I got it in good, gang. I got it in with the best. All right, Robert will take the Wild as well. Oh, if Thompson is in, yeah. All right. Radford and High Point. Some steam coming in right now here on the extra board with Radford and High Point steam to the under here. It was 146. It's now 145 or lower here right now with Radford and High Point. All right. So, yeah, no football game. So I said, hey, you know what? I'm going to jump in a little poker tournament. And, man, I got up. I was up in the top 10 almost the whole tournament there. But a couple bad beats, of course. All right. Watching this Rangers game. We're heading to halftime here right now. All right, next up, Bruins. We've only been through 2 hockey games. Let's keep it rolling. Bruins and the Rangers. There it is with Jonathan Quick in there now. And look, we know Shesterkin's a man, and I'm sure he'll be back. But, hey, never sleep on Quickie. Come on. Maybe the Rangers can snap this 4-game losing streak here tonight against Boston. Boston's been okay, certainly of late, but they did lose to Washington on the road last time out, 3-1. But, man, Boston's been pretty good defensively, haven't they? Right now, Boston here just 4-8. Have the Rangers moved to a favorite here in this game? We've talked about the steam, right? Yeah, some of the sharp books are still hanging on, but I think for the most part, the Rangers are probably $1.15 here at some of the square books right now and have moved to the favorite in this game. The total is 6 under 20, it feels like, for the most part. So let's make the adjustment on the line and put it back up there here with the Rangers. Yeah, because Boston's 4-8 as an underdog this season. So we'll see if they finish a dog. Rangers have lost 8 of their last 10 games overall right now. So this has been a series that they definitely have some unders here between the two teams. Let's take a look officially here at what's been going on in the series between these foes here. 6 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams at the Garden have gone under the total. The Rangers have gone under in 5 of their last 7 games. Boston's gone under in 5 of their last 6. Bruins have covered the puck line in 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams. Rangers have been atrocious as a puck line favorite, which I guess I think it's just too close to call, though, naming a team a favorite. We saw that steam come in here on the Rangers, and maybe that's the move. Let's see what you guys have. This is a toughie, feels like here right now. Teams have, let's see, I don't think they've met yet this season, have they? Let's go to the chat and see what you guys have. Help me out on this one with Boston and the Rangers. Okay, here's Phil Eagle Flyer likes the Bruins on the money line and under 5.5 goals. He'll also take under 6.5 in regulation. Philly also says, "Give me first period under, full period first period under, first period and full game draw for a sprinkle. Quickie is the goalie tonight. It's confirmed here in this one. Quick comes in with a 5.4 goals against, a 5-4 record and 2.68 goals against, and 90.5% save percentage. And they've been struggling for sure, having been outscored 19-6 in their last 4 games. We saw Shesterkin hit the injured list here. Listed as an upper body injury there, right? And we do know, of course, that Rempe's been serving his suspension here for the Rangers. So let me go through the picks here. Irish King, he might be behind us there. He's got the Warriors. Thank you, Irish King. And Rangers for Cash Kane. Robert says Rangers here in this one. R. Tomps on the Rangers. Nut Flush says Bruins team total under. Hello to Wine Time in the chat joining us today. Thank you, Wine Time. All right, Bruins, Rangers. Give me the Bruins here today. I'll try the Bruins in this one. Yeah, Irish is a little behind us, but I don't mind saying hello to him. Showing his plays there on the Laker game. All right, Red Wings and Blue Jackets. Sounds exciting to me here. This one, hey, I got probably an exact score line on this game. You look at the way this series kind of unfolds so far. This first meeting in between the two teams, but come on, it seems obvious what's going to happen here, right? Let's take a look here at some of the numbers here. You got the Blue Jackets favored in this one, minus $1.20, maybe even $1.25 right now, and the total here at 6.5. Under, let's see here. I'm just showing here Lindgren has been confirmed for the Capitals. I saw some speculation from you guys, and I just got the word here from the beat writer moments ago, checking it out here on X, as I have a little column with hockey beat writers, so I always see the latest news over here, and I think I've seen Lindgren confirmed in goal in the starters crease here this morning. So, all right, let's go this one with Merzlikins and Talbot, I guess, here, or what are you guys expecting in this matchup? Let's go down here and take a look at some of the trends also between these two teams. I've shown Elvis as the likely goaltender here for sure. In this one, he was in the starters crease, so probably looks good here for Merzlikins in this one, as the Blue Jackets have won 3 of their last 4 games here, and Merzlikins had 32 saves in that win over Carolina, 4-3 last time out. Blue Jackets here favored. They've got a little bit of a winning streak here going on, right? No, they won 4-3, and they beat Boston at home 6-2. They beat Montreal at home 5-4. So been performing well at home for sure. Columbus, actually one of the best teams at home, 12-4 record so far. Red Wings do very, very well against the Blue Jackets. Now, they are just 11-16 as underdogs, but for the most part, it's Columbus wins by one every time, it feels like right now in this series. Columbus, let's see. Okay, Detroit's won 5 of the last 6 meetings. I stand corrected here. I'm going to have to go to the logs here. It's always a 1-goal game, and Detroit's been winning here of late. Yeah, they got some other scores in there too, but Detroit's covered the puck line in 6 of their last 7 games on the road against Columbus is what it is. But man, Columbus is so strong at home this year with that 12-4 record. Still, Red Wings, man, they have it good. Columbus has gone over in 11 of their last 13 games at home. They've won 4 of their last 5 at home. Overall, I better ask for the chat's advice in this one. Seems like Columbus wins at home and loses on the road right now, doesn't it? Road team always covers the puck line in this series. It's probably going to be 4-3 Columbus. I'm going to probably give out an exact score line here and go 4-3 Columbus. See what you guys. I guess I'm taking Columbus here. I know Detroit. I stand corrected. I better go with that as my free pick as Columbus because Red Wings actually own the series here for the most part. All right, I try to do everything off the top of my head. See what happens. You get embarrassed sometimes. Just say the wrong thing. Hey, Nate DeGreat, I missed you in there. Thanks, Nate. He likes Georgia to crush today. Hopefully he's not behind us, but he likes Georgia to crush. Irish King on the Rangers on that other game. Thank you. And also, here we go. Irish King on the over here. He's all caught up to us. He says Obi will get that goal in that Washington game. Philly Eagle Flyer likes over in the Caps game as well now. I think with Lindgren, you guys got all excited there. We're backing up on that game. Here's Philly Eagle Flyer, Jackets money line. Full game draw over 6.5. Our top's on the Blue Jackets. I'll take the Blue Jackets. Nut Flush may be going with Columbus here, but I think Merzlikins was in the crease, so looks pretty good here. Kane says got Larkin here. He's going to look at this. Philly Eagle Flyer going to sprinkle these regulation draws. Those are interesting bets right there for sure. Love the way Philly Eagle Flyer thinks. Here's Robert on Columbus. Here in this one. Check something here real quick. See, look at the futures here for the NHL. So, all right, let's see what else we have here. Roberts on the over. Irish King here says Columbus. Columbo, what were we talking about? Who was it in the chat that mentioned the other day we were talking about Columbo? Were we talking about Columbo? Was it in this chat? Do we have any Columbo fans? If you know what I'm talking about, the old detective series on, I think it was on CBS. Just one more thing. Who said? Somebody in the chat said Columbo's famous saying, I think, right? Was that me? But I swear somebody in the chat, that floored me when someone said just one more thing. I mean, remember that was Columbo's famous saying. And I swear somebody in the chat said it the other day, and I was about to double over laughing but nobody would have got it. Joe T here says he's got to play in this one. Is that right, Joe? Oh, first, what is it? Full game over for me. Just out my best bet on the. Okay, I got you, Joe. In this one, he says full game over, and his best bet is on the community tab for this game. I think is what he's saying. And Nut Flush, team total over. Was it Thomas? Was that you that said just one more thing, Thomas? I know Thomas was watching Columbo back in the day, although I was a Rockford Files guy. All right. Nut Flush says he might have a lion here in this game. And I know, Alan, you don't join us as often as I'd like to hear, but I'm going to let me check at my goalies here. I'm usually pretty good on these. I get some of them wrong, but and I see what you're seeing. I see some of the sites with Alex Lyon in there today, but I'm going to try, I think, Talbot here. Just what Thomas and I, we could sit around watching what's the channel with all the old shows on it. Here's a single game. Oh, what's this? SG single game parlay here. Both team totals over in regulation at plus 163. Just one more thing. Problem was when Thomas and I were young, there wasn't a lot of options on TV, and so we probably watched too much Columbo. How about Canon? I used to watch, and of course, I'd always watch the CBS late movie when they'd show all those shows: Cannon, Barnaby Jones, The Streets of San Francisco. Tonight on the CBS late movie, Dracula is. All right, here we go. How could we forget Telly Savalas here? Right, Thomas? I mean, who loves you, baby? All right, here we go. Man, I'm lost my mind like yesterday. Here's the Islanders and the Leafs in this one with Wool going up here against Sorokin. You got Sorokin here $1.20, 5.5 over minus $1.25. I think the Leafs are actually favored. Now let me go to the line service here. Yeah, the Leafs are favored. Let's move the Leafs to the favorite role here on the road against the Islanders in this one. And we'll get to a little more college basketball steam here in just a moment. But definitely have seen the Leafs here move to the favorite in this one. Does feel like that they might have the best in this series, and the Leafs have been going under here a little bit of late, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. The underdogs won 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams. The favoritism has just shifted in this game for sure. New York has covered the puck line in 4 of the last 5 meetings. Now they are laying over $2 now, it feels like, here in this one on that puck line. But nonetheless, the Islanders have won 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams right now, and they've covered the puck line in 5 of the last 6 there, like I said, as well. Toronto's been going over here of late. 7 of the last 8 games on over for Toronto. Let's take a look at this one, man. Toronto should have a pretty strong advantage here as they've moved to the favorite, but
team play.
Bookmakers were keen to open the Islanders as the favorite here in this one. I'm going to I think I'm going to try the dog here, actually. I know the Islanders aren't great here, and the Maple Leafs are, but let's see what you guys have.
Steam play.
Man, this steam is rolling in here for sure. Oh, that's some NFL steam. Let me just pass that along. The Titans here taking some steam against the Texans. Titans here were a 1-point favorite. They're up to 1.5 here. It looks like Titans taking steam right now against the Texans. All right. Go ahead, gang. Let's see what you got here in this one with Toronto and the Islanders. Sorokin is confirmed in goal here tonight. They've been going with Sorokin pretty much every game here at this point. 2.92 goals against, 11, 12, and 4 record for Wool here, 11 and 6, and a 2.48 goals against. Sorokin was good against Toronto in that last game. Remember, they just played, what was it, the other night? New Year's Eve, and it was 3-1. Toronto won that game to kind of stop the winning streak of the Islanders here. I'm gonna go with the Islanders tonight. I'm gonna try it. I don't know if it's an upset. I mean, it's practically a pick 'em here right now, but I'm going with the Islanders here to knock off the hot Leafs. Stop it, Thomas. You're killing me here. These are great, man. We could make a whole show out of these. Thank you, Nut Flush. Thank you. Great to see you, Nut Flush legend, in the chat right now. Nut Flush Allen. All right. Our Tom's likes the over here in this one. Probably going to see that one later. And Thomas is saying you can bet the tie after regulation tie. And how do you mainline after regulation? I think that's just unless you're talking about like taking it again after the game is tied live, Thomas. I'm not sure if I mean, if you just take the money line in general, that's going to be the whole game. I'm not following. I don't think I'm following your question, my friend. Sorry about that. Robert likes the under in the Islanders game. I think maybe if you're talking about trying to find, and not every book there will have the regulation. I think not. I think every book will actually, but maybe the chat can help us out a little bit there in that one. Because we got to keep it moving here right now. I'm on the Islanders. Here we go, Senators and Stars with Merlanen in there for Ottawa, going up here against Ottinger in this one. And this has been a good, whatever reason, Ottawa seems to perform well when they go in and take on Dallas here. And Ottawa's had a pretty good season. Obviously, so far, Dallas is pretty good. We know that. But Dallas here going to be a pretty big favorite at $2 or so right now. Maybe it's down a little bit here. Maybe there is some support for Ottawa in this game. I'm showing Dallas is down to $1.75 here at a lot of spots here at this point. If you like value, I'd say the value here is actually on Dallas. This total has been dropping here big time. I know I listed a pretty weak total up there. I think it's mostly 6 for the most part. Shaded. Maybe it was supposed to be 6 and not 6.5 here in this one with an Ottawa game. Come on. And with a Stars game in this one. But let's do it in this one because, like I said, this is whatever reason, Ottawa, when they go in here, they seem to perform pretty well here. They have Merlanen. This is his 4th game in goal right now. He's 2-1 with a 2.68 goals against and a 90% save percentage. For Ottinger, he's 17-9 with a 2.48 goals against and a 91% save percentage here in this one. But Ottawa, interestingly, has covered the puck line pretty much always as a dog for sure in 7 of the last 8 trips here into Dallas. Now, Dallas has won 4 of the last 5, so Ottawa did win one of those trips into here. Last meeting was here in Dallas in December. Dallas won it 5-4 last season, but Ottawa before that had a win here in Dallas back in, let's see here. Well, I'd have to look it up. That's pretty long-term trend. Obviously, these two teams meet just a couple of times per season, but Dallas has gone under in 10 of their last 14 games overall coming into this one. Also for the Stars here, they've gone under in 5 straight games coming in off of a home win. They beat Buffalo 4-2 last time out, getting the puck line. Also, Ottawa's covered the puck line in 8 straight meetings between these two teams. So right now, because of the move on Ottawa, Let me make sure the price is acceptable. I'm probably still going to. Oh, boy. I'll try Ottawa here on the puck line. It's minus $1.60. I really want to play the total here for sure. I'm going to go with a 1-goal game though, and I'll try Ottawa here. Boy, that's a pretty steep price. Obviously, the moves come in on Ottawa here a little bit, nearly a 20-cent move. It feels like on that total. So, let's see what the chat has. And get the picks from you guys here. Maybe Philly Eagle Flyers talking about this game in regulation. Here's Lightning in regulation in a game here that we haven't looked at yet, but thank you, Jermaine. Our Thompson will take the Stars there on the money line. I don't mind that. Yeah. But Starsky and Hutch, I guess it was a detective show for the most part, right? How about Buford? What was Buford? Sergeant Buford? What was his name? But Daisy Dukes. I mean, come on. We know why Reddy was watching Starsky and Hutch. Irish King says Stars. First period, minus a half a goal. Team total over 3.5 in this one. Let's knock out a little college basketball steam here in just a minute. Oh, yeah, there. I was thinking of the wrong show. Thank you, Thomas. That was the Dukes of Hazzard. Starsky and Hutch. That was I'm not even getting my shows right here. All right. Robert wants to go over in the Stars game tonight. And that's it. There's no doubt that I think Robert, that's definitely contrarian. I think Robert knows he's being contrarian there. I mean, Ottawa 6-11-2 to the under on the road. Dallas 6-13-1 to the under at home. Big time under teams, but Robert going a little contrarian there a little bit. Oh boy, too much steam here. We got to stop the action and go to the college basketball steam here. Delaware. Well, first NFL steam coming in Jacksonville and Indianapolis right now. We're seeing a move here to the under in the game with Jacksonville and Indianapolis. We already know Richardson, he's not going to play in this game. Total here now was 45. It's down to 44 with Jacksonville and the Colts. More steam coming in here right now. It's Gardner Webb in their game here. Gardner Webb taking steam on the extra board. We're going to preview it here, I believe, with this early start. Just 2 hours away, Gardner Webb was a 1.5-point dog. It's pretty much a pick 'em here right now in their game against Charleston Southern. Man, these teams have played a lot of overs this season. Gardner Webb and Charleston Southern. Steam on Gardner Webb here right now. It is probably a pick-em. Also, steam came in Delaware and Northeastern. Steam to the over here in this one. Two teams that have definitely been going over this year with Delaware and Northeastern. It was 151.5. Call it 152.5 right now. Steam to the over with Delaware and Northeastern. Santa Barbara taking steam tonight in their matchup. Santa Barbara here taking on Hawaii on the road. It was 3. It looks like it's down to 2. We know Hawaii's been terrific at home already, but Santa Barbara, they've kind of had Hawaii's number. I put it in the preview. I don't know if we're going to get that far as much as I'm talking here, but Santa Barbara taking the steam. It was 3. It's down to 2. It feels like here right now against Hawaii tonight. That one's at midnight Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific. One more here real quick. I think we got one more steamy in here with Green Bay and Wright State. My man Doug Gottlieb getting hammered every time you turn around, talking about him hosting a radio talk show while trying to coach a team. Why would you other than being selfish and trying to make a lot of money, I do agree with the public. Why would you do that? Maybe you think you could do it but that just to me is not taking it seriously as a basketball coach, quite frankly. Maybe you think you can do it all. And I'm a Gottlieb fan. I mean, for the most part, that whole family really. But here's steam to the under. Green Bay and Wright State move to the under here. This series has kind of been an over series for the most part. And Green Bay usually gets the money. They're getting double digits in that game right now, but we've seen the steam there to the under in Green Bay and Wright State. It's rolling in here right now, but here's another football steam coming in. We just talked about Houston and Tennessee on the side. The total is dropping here big time right now with Houston and Tennessee. It was 38.5. You might still get 38.5 at DraftKings, but I'll tell you this, all the sharp books have just moved to 37 right now with Houston and Tennessee in that season finale. All right, we're going to keep it moving here right now with a little bit more steam. I think I got one more for you here. Hampton and College of Charleston steam to the under here in this one. Hampton's been maybe moving over a little bit in some of their games, but steam to the under here. Hampton and College of Charleston. It was 148 down to 147 here right now. Steam to the under with Hampton and College of Charleston. All right. What a morning we're having here. A lot of fun. Let's get back to the hockey. Here, maybe we got some more picks for you. Oh, Terrell, you're good. Hardcastle and McCormick. I didn't know Terrell was, pushing up there like I was. Here's Get Smart. Now, I don't know if this one counts. Yeah, I guess it does, right? I mean, come on. All right. And then, is that you, boss? I had to take off my shoe to do that. All right, here we go, you guys. We try to make it fun here on the show. Let's move on with Anaheim taking on the Jets here. Big favorite here for the Jets. And might want to try Anaheim some of these spots, but I'm not sure this is the right one here today. Anaheim probably have a tough time scoring. They are on a 2-game winning streak right now. Hats off to the Ducks. They beat New Jersey. They beat Edmonton. Can they win 3 in a row as a $3 dog here in this one? Maybe it's gone down a little bit here to 280 at some of the sharp books. I don't really see any $3 lines out there in this one, but the total sitting here at 6 in this game for the Ducks and the Jets here in this one. You've got the Jets here. They've won 9 straight games at home against the Ducks. They've also been covering some puck lines here for sure. Have Winnipeg of late. Winnipeg 17-12 is a puck line favorite. Now Anaheim 22-11 is a puck line dog. 12-4 against the puck line on the road. They are pretty terrific covering those puck lines, but still Winnipeg 24-5 as a favorite this season. Now, the Ducks have gone under in 9 of their last 10 games. They're 11-20 to the under as an underdog. Winnipeg's gone under in 10 of their last, or 6-10-2 to the under at home. Right now, Anaheim, though, man, they've been covering those puck lines. 9-2 on the puck line in their last 11 on the road, and 17-6 against the puck line last 23. So, man, they really do hang in there. Give them credit. Winnipeg has won 8 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams and 5 straight at home. Let's see what you have. Anybody want to take the Ducks? I'm not sure I can here. Okay, Terrell. I don't think I'm going to sing this one, but what show? Believe it or not. Oh, what show was that? I know it was also a song on the radio that became a hit. But all right, Ducks are hot. Lean to the under. Art Tom says take the under here. I'll take the Jets on the puck line in this one. It's your guys' fault. You guys are talking about all the shows. All right. Whoops, I missed one here. Where's my Sabres Avalanche graphic? Oh boy, did I actually miss one here? All right, you guys, I gotta wing this one. I don't know why I didn't put the Sabres graphic in here. Boy, I swear I did. All right, Sabres on the road with Luukkonen, taking on the Avalanche here with Blackwood. And you've got the Avalanche, of course, favored, a $2 favorite, 6.5 under, -125. There we go. I don't know why I screwed that one up. Here we go. That wasn't too bad. Okay. Hey, check out Joe T in the community tab here. He's got one of his premium picks here, or his picks in the community tab here in this one. You got two teams that have definitely been going over here for the most part this season, it feels like, with the Sabres and the Avalanche. In fact, the Avalanche could be up to 220 here, it feels like right now. They are taking some of the action with this winning streak for sure right now. But you have both teams are combined to go 41-27 to the over this season, even though Colorado is just 3-6-1 to the under in their last 10 games. They are 13-4-1 to the over at home. These two teams do kind of go under when they meet, even though they only meet twice a year, 5 straight meetings, 5 straight years. It's gone under when playing here in Colorado, but Buffalo has gone over in 6 of their last 8. Overall, Colorado's covered the puck line in 5 straight games overall right now. See what you guys have in the chat here. Colorado on that 5-game winning streak, but they have gone under in 5 straight. What did I say? 5 straight games against Buffalo. Let's see what you guys have. This one looks tough to me. Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, the greatest American hero. Thomas says, Thomas wasn't big on the $6 million man. He liked the $5 million man. And of course, he was married to the $6 million woman, or what was her name? Lindsay Wagner? Is that who was the bionic woman? The bionic woman. All right. What do you guys have here in this one with Colorado and Buffalo? In this one, I'm taking Colorado on the puck line myself. Maybe Colorado is finally getting it together here a little bit. They've won and covered every game here over the last couple of weeks for sure. On a roll right now, no doubt about it. Buffalo was playing well. They had a 3-game winning streak, lost to Dallas on the road after they beat St. Louis. So give Buffalo some credit here. I mean, they've worked hard to kind of bring their record back up to respectability here. I'm going to try the Avalanche on the puck line tonight. Some people might call me my name is Charlie. Look at these 3 ladies. They're beautiful. And now they work for me. My name is Charlie. If anybody ever saw, if you guys are as old as us, right? The 3 ladies, they were getting their instruction over the phone from Charlie. All right. Irish King here, Colorado puck line, team total over. He's got some props in there as well. What was the man's name that was the voice of Charlie? He went on to have his own. He was actually a famous actor, but was only a voice in that show. All right, here we go with Utah and the Flames here. The Flames at home. Definitely beaten this franchise before at home. They've actually been pretty successful against Arizona, Utah, or whatever, and Utah's struggling here. Once they were hot, right? Was Utah on the road a little bit, it seemed like. And I'll tell you this, the Sharps are all over Utah in this game. I think that's kind of why you're seeing the spread the way it is. Look, Utah's a favorite in this game now. I'm obviously not seeing it. I'm not an expert. You hockey experts, you let me know what's going on here, right? Let me look at the goalies or whatever. Is there injuries or something? Because Utah's favored in this game, and they are on a massive losing streak right now. Calgary, one of the best home teams around. So I don't get it. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Look, I watch hockey every night. I watch it, know a lot about the sport, but maybe I don't know what's going on in the world of betting here. It feels like right now with this matchup, because you have Calgary. They've dominated the series, if I'm not mistaken. Let me take a look at some of the numbers here, but Utah's on a 5-game winning streak. It doesn't even feel like they're coming close in some of these games. Lost at Edmonton 4-1, lost at Seattle 5-2, lost to Colorado 4-1, lost to Dallas. They did get the puck line in that one, but they lost even at home to Anaheim. Now, here's the other thing. The puck line in the Utah games, the underdog always comes through, except for last time when we tried to play the puck line. But 15 of the last 17, the underdogs cover the puck line. Calgary is now the underdog. Now, to take Calgary on the puck line, you got to lay like 240 probably, but nonetheless, come on. What is going on here in this one? Utah has covered the puck line in 4 last 5 meetings between the two teams. Give Utah a little bit of credit for the 7-2 run that they are on the road here. Yeah, those 2 came in the last 2 games. Remember, they were on a road winning streak for the most part, but Calgary has defeated Utah, or should I say Arizona, in 5 straight meetings in Calgary. And man, I can't do it. I can't do it, man. I just don't. I'm gonna have to take Calgary. My board over here is lit up with sharp action on Utah. Not only that, these are Sharps that are not losing right now this season. When these Sharps are, I don't know how to explain it to you. I have some charts and some graphs over here, but all it says is, basically Sharps on Utah. If you subscribe to Sports Insights, if anybody's seen the, signals in there, that's one of my favorite things to look at. It's all Utah, and all these books that move the line this year on these hockey games. This is the winning move. Utah is the winning move here. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I'm taking Calgary. Prove me wrong. I'm sure the Sharps are going to be right. They're always right in this situation here in this one. I'll just end up probably maybe I'll end up on the total. These 2 teams are going under for the most part this season, but the steam came in here on the over in this game. Now, we'll say this. Utah as a favorite now. If they are favored, here they are 9-3-2 to the over as a favorite. But this is almost a pick 'em for the most part. Calgary's 3-7 to the under in their last 10, but the steam came in on the over. I'll just take Calgary here, and the Sharps. That's why they're rich and they don't have shows trying to hustle an extra dime off of their fans here to make their picks like I do. I'll just take Calgary like a dummy, I guess. Here, the Sharpies are on Utah. I promise you that. All right. And here it is. Irish King says, hey, you got Vizmelka in there. You take, if you got Vizmelka, you got to take Utah. I think that's what he's saying there in this matchup. And Vizmelka here, 2.4 goals against, 8-10 record, 91.5% save percentage. But Dustin Wolf, he's got a 12-5-2 record with a 2.61 goals against and a 91.5% save percentage. Here's Dana says, you got to take the Flames. And R. Tomps on the Flames. Thank you, Curtis. I really appreciate that. Love it here. Let's think about those folks in New Orleans yesterday. Just a stunner. Man, could you believe that? With the car coming down, that woman just missed that woman. Could have been so much worse, actually. And we're thinking about those folks for sure. It'll be very poignant tonight when we have that moment of silence before the game there in New Orleans. All right. I just got to take the Flames, man. If I didn't have a show, I'd just bet Utah and say, whatever. The Sharps are always right here. The Sharps are always right in this situation. But how can you do it? How can you do it? All right. Philly Eagle Flyer said, Flames team total over there. Keep it moving here. We're almost done with the hockey. And, man, we got to go. We got to go here. Canucks and the Kraken here tonight. Hey, make sure you check out Joe T. He's got his pick over on the community tab in this one today. So Canucks and Kraken. Check out Joe here on the community tab for another play today with the game between Vancouver and Seattle tonight. Seattle's a favorite here. They're not $1.30 anymore. They're down to $1.20 or maybe even $1.15 here right now. A little bit of a move on the Canucks here in this one. The old Canucks, the old road team here that does so, they do so well on the road, of course. Vancouver 10-4 on the road so far this season, but 4-10 as an underdog this season. So maybe there's something to that here in this one. Seattle's gone under 1-8-1 to the under in their last 10 games, but Vancouver 7-3 to the over in their last 10 games overall. Vancouver and Seattle have gone over in 10 of their last 11 meetings against one another. The Kraken have won the puck line in 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams. The teams met in December. Seattle won at home, Seattle won at Vancouver 5-4 in that one on the road. All right. Seattle, usually just a team that can get maybe a 1-goal win here. I kind of want to try Seattle in this one. Let's see what you guys have in the chat. Maybe you can sway me here, but see what you guys have here in the game with the Kraken and Vancouver. I'm going to the chat. And we've got, see, Rangers here with another goal. Philly Eagle Flyer says Thomas took Utah in that other game. So, okay. Here's if Demko's in, he's going to go Kraken and over. That's no way to talk about my man Thatcher Demko. Of course, you don't get many hockey players from my hometown of San Diego, but Thatcher Demko from Scripps Ranch. And Robert on the Kraken here as well. I think it'll be Grubauer here in this one. Demko's only had 6 starts, of course, so far this season, 3.42 goals against. Grubauer has a 3.54 goals against. So maybe you can see what's going on here in this one. But I'm going to go with Robert. I'm going to take Seattle here at home as a small favorite. And, local regional rivalry here in this one. All right, let's go to the Flyers and the Knights here in this one with the Knights, a $2 favorite. Total 6.5, maybe shaded to the under here, it feels like right now. Knights come in 25-9-3. Philadelphia is at 500 here. Knights had their winning streak snapped last time out by my Montreal Canadiens. We had the Canadiens on the puck line, but they still did get it done in that game. Philadelphia here on the 5th game of this road trip. And this has always been a good stop for Philadelphia. They've covered the puck line in 5 straight games here against the Golden Knights. Philadelphia has covered the puck line in 8 of the last 9 meetings between the two teams. The Knights have gone under in 7 of their last 8 games at home, but the Knights are on a roll at home too. They've covered the puck line in 6 of their last 7 home games here right now, and what can you say? They're just on a roll at this point. Knights very, very hot here, despite that loss to the Canadiens last time out. So let's see what you have here in this one with the Flyers and the Knights. Teams do kind of trend over, but Knights playing just stellar defense, getting good goaltending at home right now as well. I'm showing Hill as the prospective goaltender here against Kolosov tonight in this one. Hill comes in with a 2.65 goals against. Kolosov just 4-7 overall here. So I'm going to take the Golden Knights on the puck line. And I know it's a good series for Philly, but man, the Knights are on a roll and they're coming off of a loss. I'm going to go with them on the puck line here against the Flyers tonight. Our Tom's likes the under. Philly Eagle Flyer says he thinks Urson will be in here. So, all right, I gotcha here. Like I said, I'm not usually wrong on these. This is one thing I do well is usually have the goaltending rotations together. Mostly I read the beat writers, and usually at the end of the stories, you get some type of inclination here. But let's see here. I'm going to dial up my tweet deck again here. For some reason it crashed. Probably Elon Musk is probably sending me too many things where he quotes the something and puts true, absolutely, yes. And how I don't follow Elon Musk, but why is he all over my timeline every day? I like him, but does seem to be a little bit of manipulation in there, so I have to read his tweets. All right. Thomas says, would you please get to the college basketball already here? I think we're there. One more game here in the NHL. Doesn't look like much from you guys. Philly Eagle Flyer, though, says Kolosov's in. Take Vegas. Team total over. Vegas money line, puck line, first period over. Vegas, first period, -0.5. Our Thompson went under. Here's some college basketball steam to tide Thomas over for a moment. Sam Houston and New Mexico State. We already talked about the steam that came in on the side in that game. Well, here's some more steam. This one's going to be on the over with Sam Houston and New Mexico State. Now, this makes sense because we've seen a couple of overs for sure so far early season with Sam Houston State and New Mexico State. They've gone over in a few games for sure. Let's see the steam here. Up 148.5 up to 149.5 right now. All right. Elon Musk, he doubled his Trump got elected and he doubled his money. You got to see what's going on here. Seems like a pretty good idea. Guy moved in next door to Trump and he's paying only $2,000 a month rent. Trump gave him a discount. Said, hey, go live in the granny flat with your kids and hop on over for lunch. All right. One more game here on the ice, and this has been a long card. We got to get to this basketball. Here's the Lightning taking on the Sharks. Got Lightning a huge favorite on the road at 270, and that is pretty much the price everywhere for the most part. Total is 6.5 here, maybe 6.5. The square books are kind of going over. The sharp books are kind of going under here in this one, but this series is a little bit of an over for sure when these two teams meet. 10 of the last 13 meetings here in San Jose, that's basically 13 years, have gone over, and 18 of the last 25 games between these two franchises have gone over. That's 12 years of matchups. However, Tampa Bay's won the meeting 9 of the last 10 games overall, and Tampa Bay's covered 5 straight puck lines on the road. San Jose here has lost how many now in a row? 8 straight games in a row now they've lost, so they're back to being in a funk again. They haven't covered the puck line in 3 straight games here right now, and all those games were at home. They lost to Vegas 6-3. They lost to Calgary 3-1. They lost to Philly 4-0. So if it's broke, you might want to fix it. We have San Jose still 25-15 as a puck line dog, but I don't know. I'm gonna take the Lightning here on the puck line and lay it today.
To play.
I think it's actually a little bit of plus money here, actually, on that right now. Minus $1.15. That's okay. Give me Tampa Bay. We got to wrap this up here with the hockey. We've been talking hockey all morning here in this one. So, all right. I think these two, like what did I say? They kind of go over when they face one another, right? But I will say this. San Jose, when coming off of a loss like that, well, their offense is so bad. Just give me Tampa Bay. Let's get to basketball. This is an ugly couple of games here. Here's Jermaine, Tampa in regulation. Robert says, give me the Lightning here. Our Tomp says, go over. All right, let's get to the basketball. I've picked a few early games out because we have some day games here. And, you guys have said, hey, don't always cover the major conferences here. Show some of the other conferences too, Ramon. And I think these are a great time to do so here. We'll go fast here. Look, I know we go fast in college basketball because there's a million games. And I also have a great package over at winnable.com with my hot college basketball. So hopefully you're just taking my word for it on some of these. Let's go. Gardner-Webb taking on College of Charleston here. 2 teams that are below 500 here for sure. College of Charleston is on a Charleston Southern. Sorry, you guys. I know what I'm talking about here. I think. Charleston Southern, though, here favored by 1.5. The total 152.5 here in this one. We already talked about it for the most part, right? Gardner-Webb took the steam here. I said it was going to go down to a pick'em, and there are a few pick'ems out there. The book here by me. Let me throw this in real quick here. Just got to go back to college basketball a little bit, you guys. Steam to the over with Anaheim and Winnipeg. Remember what I said. These are 2 teams that have been dead solid unders, especially Anaheim, right? Maybe you could call it a discount here if you like the under, but steam to the over with Anaheim and Winnipeg today. It was 6. I think it's still going to be 6, but it's going to be heavily juiced to the over right now with Anaheim and Winnipeg. All right. Gardner-Webb and Charleston Southern here in this one. Gardner-Webb just snapped their losing streak by beating East Carolina on the road as a 10.5-point favorite. Gardner-Webb is 6-3 against the spread on the road, but I think Charleston Southern has had an okay time of it with these guys. Let me see if I can bring a few trends up here with these games today. Can't look at a million, even I can't get to all the trends when you got 65 college basketball games, but you got to point out some of the more solid trends here, it feels like. See what if you guys have anything. I'm taking the over in this game. Like I said, these 2 teams, you got Gardner-Webb 11-2 to the over so far this season, 7-2 to the over on the road. Charleston Southern 8-5 to the over overall here. And give me the over in this one with Gardner-Webb and Charleston Southern. All right, over is the play here for Robert. And Thomas likes Charleston Southern here at home. Fade that steam. Charleston Southern has won, let's see here, 2-1. Let's see, at home. I think they won them all, right? 3-1 at home so far for Charleston Southern. Gardner Webb just 2-6 on the road so far this season. I'll just take the over here in this one. And also this one, that was at 1 Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Here's Longwood taking on Presby. Here in this one, you've got Longwood, a favorite on the road, currently they're up to -3.5. I don't think there was any steam. I think we're just seeing a move here on Longwood in their game against Presbyterian today. The total here is up to 143. In this one. So see what you guys want to do in this one. Obviously, the move here is on Longwood. Longwood comes in 11-4. Had a good season so far, have the Lancers, but they are coming in off of a loss here. They lost to SMU. That's nothing to be ashamed of. They only lost by 16, but they were getting 18.5. So I guess Longwood was the team that got the best of that one for sure. Presbyterian's on a losing streak right now, but they did get the money against South Carolina last time out, losing by just 10 points in that game. Here, let's see what you might have in this one. Longwood has won 7 of the last 8 meetings against Presbyterian. Kind of feels like a premium here, the way I noted this, but I like the move. I'll take Longwood here -3.5. I was thinking about a premium here at 1.5 or whatever it was, but at 3.5, let's just go with Longwood here in this one. This one might have a chance to go over the total here. Maybe last year, let's see, it was the game here at Presby. Longwood won 81-73 for 154 points here. Boy, I like this over. Longwood 7-2 to the over. 7-2-1 to the over in their last 10. Presbyterian has been an under team for sure. So, but the move here is on the over. Give me Longwood over Presbyterian. I'll just lay a few extra points here. Longwood and under here for Robert. Thank you, Philly Eagle Flyer, for getting those goalies out there for us. Appreciate that. And we'll keep it moving here. Thomas liking the over here in this one. I probably agree with you on that one, Thomas. I don't know if I'll get around to a premium on that one, but I might bet it. We got so many games I think we can really take in. Here's another goal by Rangers in this one, right? That's it. That was already it, but Rangers here 3-0 against Celtic in the big rivalry in the Scottish Premier League. Here, get to the main board here a little bit right now with Troy taking on App State in this one. Now, this one, Troy's had the better of this series for sure, but App State, they're still very good and, in conference play, certainly here now. So, got to still give some respect here to Appy. In this one, App State comes in 6-6. Troy with a good start here at 8-4. They're up to a 2.5 point favorite at some spots. Could be probably 133. It feels like for the most part. Appalachian State's on a losing streak right now, having lost 4 in a row, but they did get the money last game against North Texas as an 11.5 point dog in that one. I know I tried the under in that game and it ended up going over here, but man, I might try another over here. We'll see. This has been a series that has gone under when these two teams meet for the last 5 meetings between the two teams have gone under. But Troy, get this, they've won 1 end covered. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams, and you're laying a modest. I'm going to mark it up to 2.5 because I think here I do want to take Troy right now. Give me Troy -2.5 as my play. Appalachian State, like I said, this is a bit of a losing streak here right now for Appy, but still at home, man, they don't lose very often. They are right now 4-1 still at home, despite this mediocre start, but they are 1-4 straight up as an underdog. Still, they've won 15 of their last 17 games at home, dating back to last year. Maybe they're not as good right now, but I'll try Troy as my free play because I still got to respect Appalachian State, but Troy's looking pretty good here so far, and they do own the series here for the most part. Teams met here last year. App State actually won the meeting last year 58-45. And like I said, this series is been an under series, but I do know that let me see. I know some of these Troy games kind of go over. All right, we better keep it moving here. We got to wrap up this show, man. We've been here forever, but I thank you guys. We got only 56 of you in here. That's actually very low viewership. I guess we've been talking about too many detective shows for everybody, but hey, if the show runs long, all those other shows are firing up, so I don't mind if you go visit them here. Joe likes an over there. I think he's talking about the App State game. I'm going to mark that down, Joe. He's got it as a play, so I'll just respect Joe. I'm going to bet that. Joe, got to be honest, I was thinking about a premium on that game, but I'll just let Joe make it here as an official play right now from Joe. I'll just tail it. That's what I'm doing. I'm tailing Joe in this one. And, oh, that's cool, Terrell. How about that? That's real neat. You got to like that, especially in given the events of yesterday. Let me see here. Thomas went with Appalachian State. And Curtis, man, I love Curtis, man. He's watching the Hearts game. Curtis is a true love you. I love you, Curtis, man. That's awesome here. And thank you for being a great supporter too. All right. He really likes the over in the Longwood game. Okay, hope I don't get that wrong, Joe. Did you go over in Longwood and not Appalachian State, or was it both of them? I hope I didn't get that wrong there, brother. But that was cool, Terrell, to see that right there. Jermaine says North Florida and P. I don't know if I wait, I think I do have that game in here. Hold on, stay tuned, Jermaine. Oh no, because I am on the afternoon games. I didn't make a play on that. Let me give you one, Jermaine. I have it here. I was gonna go premium. I think I'll just give it out right now if Jermaine wants it. There's only 1 million games. I can give out my play on the fly, or better or worse. I mean, if you're fade me if you want. I'm on P for sure. This is a game where the Sharps are all over P. This is where I trust the Sharps. Maybe I don't trust them taking Utah, but I'm going to trust the Sharps here in this one. North Florida has been probably a little bit better of the two, it feels like, this year, right? They're 7-6, P's 5-8, but you look at the spread record, P's on a losing streak right now, and you have North Florida 3-1 against the spread at home. P just 3-8 against the spread, but I'm rolling with the Sharps here in that one. All right, and I hope I don't get that wrong, Joe. I might have to cross it out there and not do that. I don't want to put words in Joe's mouth there. Cash Kane says maybe North Florida as a favorite here. I'm taking P. I'm rolling with the Sharps here. And again, there is a pretty big spread, obviously, at this point. And the move has, I believe, I want to say obviously been on P. It was as high as 8, and it's down to 6.5 here. I'm taking P. All right. And Jermaine also on P. Yeah, me too, Thomas. I'm all about the Sharps. And if since Thomas says I like to hear what the Sharps are doing, the Sharps are on the over in that game with Austin P and North Florida, which is interesting, right? Because this series between the two teams, let me see here, 5 of the last 6 meetings. This one's a little bit tough. 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams have gone over, but P's been going under so far, I think, on the road this season. They are 1-7 to the under. This is I forgot. I should have mentioned this. This is awesome, actually, in the Austin P game. Austin P, Joe T, you listening? Austin P's 1-10 to the under this season. North Florida's 11-1 to the over. What are you going to do, Jover? The season series is to the over, so maybe I'd go with the over. I don't know. Can you believe that? P 1-10 to the under. North Florida 11-1 to the over. And it's a conference game. All right. And Terrell says, how about Detroit today? You guys, hey, I don't mind if you guys dictate the show. I already said I like the over in that game, Terrell. I don't think you were quite here yet, but some steam came in on Robert Morris in that game. Steam also came in on the over. I went with the over as my play here on the morning Steam show. All right. Did I get the play on Troy out? Yeah, I went with Troy. Here we go. Memphis and Florida Atlantic. Ooh, look out for this one, huh? How about Memphis? We know how good they are, but you got a Florida Atlantic team here with a little bit of a run, it feels like, here at this point. Let's see what you have here in this one with Memphis on the road here. They're 10-3. Yeah, Florida Atlantic, they are 7-6 so far, but they did have that 3-game winning streak snapped by Michigan State last time out. They actually got blown out by 17 as a 12.5-point dog. Memphis got the money and a win at home by 17 last time out. In this series so far, let's see here. Widely reported steam did come in on the under here in this one. And let me see here. Thought I had some other notations here on this one. Here we go. Yeah. So Florida Atlantic, look, they're still a great home team, no doubt about it. So far this year, 3-1 at home. You know, you're not gonna doubt Memphis. They're 3-0 on the road straight up. 5-1 on the road as a favorite. Florida Atlantic just 1-3 as an underdog so far, but I thought the line was interesting here at -2, but it's up to 3.5 right now. Maybe it's a public play here for the most part. The widely reported steam did come in on the under so far, which is interesting because these two teams are pretty much going over, it feels like, this season. You have Memphis 5-1 to the over so far this season as a favorite. Florida Atlantic 3-1 to the favorite as an underdog. Florida Atlantic has won 20 of their last 24 games at home. Memphis, yes, they're looking good on the road, but man, Florida Atlantic still plays well at home. Florida Atlantic beat Memphis here last year, 92-84. I'm going to take Florida Atlantic here in this one against Memphis. Point spread's gone up here a little bit. Give me Florida Atlantic in this game against Memphis. See what you guys have here. We've got to wrap up the good night, Munchie. Hello, Munchie. All right. Jermaine, I did. We're not going over all the games here. There's only 65 of them here. Into them all. What was it though? Was that a day game and I missed it there against Upstate? Now I got to do this. Now I got to do this one for Jermaine here in the matchup between Winthrop and Upstate. I'll peek at it here and see. I think I'll probably give out a play here, but probably just roll with the Sharps here for the most part. Seen some overs here a little bit between the Winthrop this season with these two teams, Winthrop and Upstate here, but big total there, right? Between these two at 164, was it? Right now, yeah, 165.5. It just continues to go up here right now in this one, but I know it's going to be a high-scoring game. But all right, if I'll take the under here for Jermaine. I'm going to be that's going up. I get it, but I don't know if these teams are totally overwhelming to the over. I know the scores are high so far for these two teams, but come on, 165.5. Usually you're supposed to tail it along and go over when you see something like that. But let me see if I can't pull this one off here a little bit. We're winging it now, but Jermaine's so good to us here. I want to tell him about this here. Look at some of these scores anyway. Winthrop against Indiana, that was an under. They went under against FSU. Maybe against similar teams, they are going over more here. But Upstate against Youngstown, that was only 136, and the total was 150. They also went under against Western Carolina, a total that was 161, and it finished 144. I'll take the under with Upstate and Winthrop. I'm not doing everyday game, Jermaine, but I do like that. Like having a little fun with Jermaine. There's FAU for Kane. And over in the FAU game there for Kane. All right. Did I pick my... yeah, I took FAU. I took FAU. All right, Jermaine there under. Thank you. Gonna keep it. Hey, the Ducks just took some steam, you guys. Not the Oregon Ducks, but the Anaheim Ducks in that game against Winnipeg. Guess it just got too high for the Sharps here. The $3 to $2.90 or whatever. It's down to $2.75 or lower right now. The Ducks in the steam. Other Scottish Premier League finals coming in. Hibernian and St. Johnstone 1-1 tie. That one just in for Curtis. Give you those Scottish League scores. Northwestern and Penn State. Penn State, the favorite in this one. We got to get some major conference action here, at least in this one, with Penn State favored by 6. We already said the steam came in, though. This is not the line, right? We already said that steam came in on Northwestern in this matchup. Currently, the line sits at 4.5, total 144.5 with Northwestern and Penn State. I think that's a little bit of a discount here in this one. It feels like for me here. I think Penn State, they're looking pretty good. I think their offense may be clicking here in this one. Penn State has won 5 of the last 6 meetings at home against Northwestern. Northwestern been pretty okay here on the road so far, no doubt about it. Take a look at the numbers here. Northwestern comes in 10-3. Penn State comes in 11-2, so pretty good matchup. Northwestern 3-1 against the spread on the road so far this season, but they are 0-2 on the money line. Let's see. 3-1 against the spread on the road so far this season. Penn State is 3-6-1 to the under in their last 10, but 5-2-1 to the over at home this season. All right, this one might be tougher than it looks, actually. Let me put the right line there. 4.5. I'm going to take Penn State. Give me the discount. I'll take Penn State here in this one. I'll tell you what, you see that total 144.5, and this series I know has had some overs to that one. Let's see here. Last year's game was 76-72 here. Northwestern won the game at Penn State last year. All right. I do have one note here. We do have I don't know if it's worth the breaking news banner, but they have changed the time on the football game just moments ago. Probably, ESPN and the start time of the national championship game. Duke and Mississippi has been moved to 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, a half an hour forward. Big clock on the window there. That was not planned. You can rewind it. 5 o'clock now on the start time in the game between Duke and Mississippi, and the total is moving here to the under for sure. Not related to the time change, but I'm showing the totals down to 50.5. We may get that steam call here in just a minute with the total in that game. The total is definitely on the move right now, lower in the Duke Mississippi Bowl game tonight. All right, we got to keep it rolling here. Sorry, guys, for the long show. Hopefully, we got winners. Texas State and more. We could just end the show, but come on. Texas State 8-5. Marshall comes in 7-7. I'm sorry if I'm going out of order here on the rotation. That's usually not my style, but maybe I'm rushing it here a little bit with these two. The widely reported steam did come in on Marshall here in this one. It was a pick 'em. They are now favored in this game by 1. Total here at 143 here in this one. I'll update it because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the under here in this one with Texas State and Marshall here in this one. I think what we've seen so far is that for me, it's been mostly the total here in these games. Let me see if I got this right here with these two. Marshall 4-7-1 to the under so far this season. These two teams did meet last year. And it was 79-75, so it did go over. Marshall got the win as a 2-point favorite. I'm going under here in this one with Texas State and Marshall. Probably just going to whip through these. I want to get to my trends, but let's see. These Marshall conference games so far, let me see what it was. The game against Elon, 132 points of 144 total. That went under. And the game against Southern Miss, they lost them both, but that was 134 points. Those were on the road now, but still the total there was 146. Texas State did go under against Georgia State, 83-61. That did go under by 4 points. So, there's a line service now telling me about the time change. See, that's why I have my computer fired up over here. I can even beat the line service there. All right. Let's see here. Oh, look at Terrell. Says FAU will run it up at home. Yeah, I respect that. Thank you, Terrell. I like that, right? That's what we want there in that one. I said the steam did go under, but yeah, I like, I'm on FAU for sure. Robert went over. I think that was the FAU game, maybe. Sorry if I missed that. Joe likes the over in something here. Is it the Texas State Marshall game? And Cash Keen went with Penn State. So I think we're a little bit off here. Nobody wants this game with Texas State and Marshall. It feels like right now I'll take the under here. Texas State and Marshall. I just feel like these conference games right now, we're going to start to see a little bit of under here. I don't know. When you see Marshall at home, it's usually did I say under, you guys? Hold on. I might have screwed this up here a little bit. Okay, can you please scratch that, you guys? I'm on Marshall here as my. Let me make sure of this. I have just lost my place here big time, you guys. Too many games. I'm going to have to change my play because I think I said the wrong thing here. All right. Okay. Over is my play, gang. I'm sorry about that. I got it right now. Over is the play here with Texas State and Marshall. I know I read off those 3 games. I was just trying to paint a storyline here, but I think I'm actually just tailing the Sharps here with this game. Man. It'll probably be Marshall here tonight, I would imagine, but I will take the over as my play. Let me scratch this out. what a mess I've made here on this game. I better just move on to the next one, you guys. Let me see what else we got. Lipscomb and Jacksonville here. We're going to cover a few of these, right? Here's Jacksonville here at home getting the points against Lipscomb. You got Jacksonville in their little gym. It looks like one of those elementary school cafeterias with the windows all fogged up already. Not foggy, but just old windows, it feels like. I know they've improved it over there a little bit. You have Lipscomb coming in here 8-5. Jacksonville 6-6. The line's 5.5, and the total here at 140. I'm taking Jacksonville here in this matchup against Lipscomb. And don't know if I'm going to rattle off too many trends here. We got to wrap up this show. So if I can get it, I'll give it. But I'm on Jacksonville here, plus the points. It says 5 there on the screen, but it's mostly 5.5 for the most part at a lot of spots. So give me Jayville here in this one against Lipscomb. All right, next up. Western, nobody's commenting anyway, so I'll just rattle off these plays here probably. Western Kentucky 9-4. Liberty 12-1 coming into this game. Liberty here strong so far this season and favored here. They took the steam. It went up to 9, I think, here at this point. The total 145 in this matchup. Okay, here we go. About ready to wrap up the show. Liberty is a 9-point favorite, yes, and the total has risen here too. 146.5 here right now with that move coming in. And I don't know, I think I'm going to prefer the under here in this matchup with Western Kentucky and Liberty. I don't know if we've seen any strong trends necessarily. In fact, Liberty's 5-1 as a favorite to the over so far this season, and they should be able to rock here, but I don't know if they're going to necessarily cover this big number. You do have Western Kentucky 3-1 against the spread on the road, 5-1-3 against the spread last 10 games. Liberty not only winning, they're covering. They're 8-2 against the spread overall, 4-1 against the spread at home. But I'm going with the under here. I might fade this move a little bit in this one. I'll try the under with Western Kentucky and Liberty in this matchup. All right. And next up, I want to say also Western Kentucky, if you look at the history of these games at home in conference dating back to last season, I know we're just underway in conference play. And yeah, Liberty's had those overs so far as a favorite. But you go back and look at these these Liberty games last season in conference. Now, I know Liberty's good. I know they're putting up a ton of points. 76 against Arlington, 83 against A&T, North Carolina A&T, 89 against Mississippi Valley, only 62 against McNeese in a win. But you look at the conference games, you go back and look at last year, they were not going anywhere. Oh, boy. You guys, we should just end the show, period, here. This is an over for me. All right, you guys. I'm taking the over. I'm sorry. I'm tailing this move here right now. I'm going over, you guys. I'm sorry here. 140. I've totally screwed it up because you see I have the order of the games all wrong. So, oh, man, I've turned a good show into a bad show. There it is. Joe T says over's the value. I agree, Joe. I'm taking the over. I screwed it up. Fernando here on Western Kentucky, you guys. We do have a few time changes coming out in NBA right now. The Boston Celtics game against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Time change here. Oh, they'll start at the bottom of the hour just for the TV. It's not a big deal.
Goalies.
Okay, we got to wrap up this show before I lose. How come I keep losing my mind at the end of the show? They're too long. Rutgers and Indiana here. I think I'm back on pace with the time of these games here anyway. This is at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. Like I said, Rutgers in this series, it's always been a pretty good series for Rutgers covering the number against Indiana. Even though Indiana usually wins, they're usually favored by too many points. So will that be the case again here? Indiana on a roll at home, obviously. They're playing very well so far, but Rutgers has covered the spread in 7 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams. So why not? I might consider Rutgers here. The line's 5.5, 157.5. This one's on Peacock here tonight. Also, 5 straight meetings between these two teams have gone under the total. So usually low scoring game. Indiana wins, Rutgers covers. See what you guys have. I'm not going to screw this one up. I feel like we're back on pace here. I just had those 2 games reversed, you guys. What an embarrassment. Here, the time was off, and I put the picks on the wrong game on those 2 teams. So do apologize for that, but give me the under here in this one with Rutgers and Indiana tonight. Look at these 2 teams so far. We've seen Indiana 3-7 to the under at home so far this season. I'll go under. All right, Robert's on Rutgers here. And we're going to keep it moving here. I got a few more games here in college basketball. Purdue and Minnesota. We'll keep it right here in the Big Ten in this one with the Boilers on the road here. In their matchup with Purdue. Making sure I didn't do the same thing here again. Yeah, okay, we're in the right order. This is 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. We already talked about the Steam coming in here on Minnesota here for sure in this one. We saw this game move from 6.5 right now, and it has moved here to 5 right now, I want to say. There we go. Okay. Yep. Currently, the line sits right now at, is this a time change, you guys? All right. I'm just not going to worry about the time at this point. You got Purdue here, a favorite, minus 6.5, down to 5. I'll call it 5.5 here right now. This show has definitely gone to hell. Total has moved down here, maybe to 135 or so in this one with Minnesota at home. And let's see here. This is a series that definitely goes over when these 2 teams meet. Why am I just totally missing on this game? And has the 65 games become too much for me here at this point? I don't even know if I can get a playoff in this game now because I've totally screwed everything up. All right. Purdue has won 6 of the last 7. I've regained my composure here. Purdue has won 6 of the last 7 meetings between these 2 teams right now. 7 of the last 9 meetings between these 2 teams have gone over the total. Minnesota here looking pretty decent at home right now for sure.
Steam play.
Here it is. Okay. So this one has been a time change from 9 Eastern. That's why I've messed up totally on the times here, and that's why I've screwed up the show. So my apologies here as we kind of wrap it up, I think, right now. All right. Did see some steam here just moments ago. This will get me back on track. Steam here between Middle Tennessee and Florida International, 2 teams that definitely go under when these 2 teams square off. Middle Tennessee and Florida International was 148.5. It's up to 149.5 right now. So thank you in the comments, you guys, for bearing. Thank you, Curtis. Yeah, totally blew it there. Cash Kane says lay it with Purdue. Robert says Minnesota and under here. And Cash Kane back on that other game with Rutgers. Also, Robert McCormick was on Rutgers as well. All right, now I can get. Thank you to Curtis for setting me straight on that time change. I think I was definitely losing my mind there. It felt like a little bit. I'm on the under here in this one with Minnesota and Purdue. I'm just going to kind of fade that season series. I'm going to go under, tail the steam here a little bit in that one. John says, wow, what a show. Yeah, it's gone to hell, my friend. Let me try a few more Big Ten games here and see if I can't get back on track and wrap this thing up here. We've been here 3 hours today, so it's been a fun time for sure. Maryland and Washington here in this one, with Maryland a road favorite at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific. Maryland comes in 11-2. Washington comes in 9-4. Maryland on a 3-game winning streak coming into this one. Maryland's definitely had a little bit of a trend, it feels like, to the under for the most part when it comes to conference games. Now, I don't know if that necessarily pertains here. It is a conference game, but Washington, obviously a different opponent, kind of coming in here to this one. So still, I think at this total 149, I'm probably going to go under here as my play. It is down to 147. I don't think it got steamed, so we're seeing just a gradual move. Maryland, a 6-point favorite now. I've got the under here in this one with Maryland and Washington. I'll take the under. Washington is 0-3 to the under so far as a dog this season. They've gone 6-3 to the over at home, but with Maryland on the road here, I'm going to try the under in this one. Curtis goes with Maryland. Thank you, Curtis. Now it feels like we're back under control. Got all these Big Ten games tonight. We've got Illinois taking on Oregon here. Good one, right? You got top 25 teams. Illinois ranked 22nd. Oregon ranked number 9. And look at the Oregon ratings here right now, man. They keep this up. The Ducks right now, could they be a top seed in the NCAA tournament? I know it's a long way off, but Oregon here right now, 7-3 against the spread in their last 10 games. They took the steam in this one, as did the under here. Oregon now a 5-point favorite. The total down here to 154. Big move here on Oregon, and the under, call it 154.5 maybe. But see what you have in this one with Illinois and Oregon here. That's a pretty big move, man, for sure, in this one. So these teams so far, pretty nondescript when it comes to the total. And again, you're talking about another Big Ten game where, what do you know when you have these Pac-12 teams now facing off, it feels like, against the old Big Ten teams. Just want to gauge it a little bit here at this point and see how it shakes out early on with the new conference format. But all right, for me in this one between Illinois and Oregon here, I'm going to have to be on the under in this one. I'll tail that steam. We've already missed out on some of the price, so give me the under with Illinois and Oregon. All right, here it is. Let's see. I think Robert went Washington and under in that other game. Curtis is on the Ducks. Here's Ducks and under. Ducks and under. Wow, it feels like a Ducks kind of game here. Could be a consensus play. Oh, nope. Terrell says, he says the Ducks lose for the second night in a row. So that is Illinois, though. So I don't know if it became a consensus here. We really didn't get too strong on that consensus today. Nothing really in these other sports. And late night, Santa Barbara and Hawaii here. Just want to pass this one along. This one goes off at midnight Eastern and 9 Pacific. So we got to talk about it. Santa Barbara took that steam. They actually do very, very well in this series. This has been a series that goes over the total for the most part when these two teams have been, in conference play. 7. Let me see here. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone over. Hawaii's won 15 of their last 17 games at home, but Santa Barbara's won 5 straight meetings against these two teams. I'll try Santa Barbara here. Hawaii's been awesome at home, but the Gauchos do have their number. Overall, the line currently sits at 134.5. The morning steam is over. We've got to get out of here, you guys. Thanks a lot. Great time. I'd stay here longer, but I feel like I'm jeopardizing your time. So thank you for staying with me. 60 of you. I hung out the entire way, even if it was a train wreck over the last 10 minutes. I do appreciate it. Here, Curtis went over in that last game. The morning steam is over. You want more plays from me? Go over to winnable.com, winnable.com, and Terrell says, wake and bake, wake and win there with that game. So check me out over at winnable.com. I'm going to have at least, I would imagine, 12 or 15 more college basketball plays that I consider even better than these plays, not where I've screwed up and wrote the wrong thing down and mixed up 2 games. They'll be a lot better. If you get my picks there over at winnable.com, use the promo code STEAM to save 20%. Click on that QR code. This is how you support me here on the channel to come here and take up 3 hours a day. How about that? So do appreciate everybody here today. Let's go ahead and do the drawing here. We've got a bunch of you entered in. So we want to have that drawing and consensus parlay here. We kind of tailed off here. I didn't see a lot of consensus plays. What is it, a 2-teamer today? 3-teamer? 4-teamer? Maybe Thomas will let us know here like he does. But let's do the drawing. Here, there we go. We're ready to go. 44 of you, it looks like, or is that 54? 44 people in the drawing here for our consensus. It's a 2-teamer. We just previewed 6, 18, 28, 30 games. And we could only come to a consensus on 2 of them. And one of them was from yesterday. All right, here we go. Our Thompson's ready for the premiums. Let's go, Ramon. Wrap this show up. I think I gave out kind of the early stuff here, so you'll get a lot. Our Thompson, I know we're going to click those college basketball totals. I feel great about them. Here we go with the drawing. Nut Flush, Wine Time, Cliff, Philly, Joe, Jake, Fernando, Curtis, Darren, T-Bird, Dougie, Y, Johnny Walker, Andrew G, Joe T, Jover, he's the winner, Jover. And hey, until we start paying these guys for their content work, you're going to be eligible for the drawing. So Jover, good luck today on that 2-teamer. I'll be ready to send you. Hey, we got to 400 views there yesterday. So, man, I would imagine, we could send you out. I don't know. Could it be $10? All right, Joe. Thanks a lot, everybody. Let's get out of here. That's it for the morning steam. All right, for the Sports Money Network, join Mikey today, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific with pre-gaming. He'll be here. He'll give us more winners today with the show. So thanks, everybody. I really had a good time, though. You could tell in my voice I was having fun. I'd stay here longer. So thanks, everybody. Catch you tomorrow morning steam, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific for the Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott. So long. God.
Can't escape from the team, call the morning steam. It's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.